I'm sorry, you guys. This is my first time live streaming. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. That is so weird. I'm sorry, guys. That's my first time live streaming.
Whoa, the live is real on that one. Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Kelly Annalisa says that she's surprised that we only have a slight lag. So apparently, this quality is fine. I mean, there's gonna be lag, but
I don't know what's happening though. Like, there's chocolate ice cream in here. Okay. It says that we have 4 watching, but I don't see them in the chat, and I'm very confused. Let me put that down there. Sorry, that's my first time live. Wow, that's really bad of a lag. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. My chat's coming up now. Okay, that will work. All right. Hi, guys. Hi, Miss Lady Arts. Hi, my Shuda. Hi, Courtney. Okay, now I feel like we can do what we gotta do here.
okay, cool. Yeah, okay. We'll just have to deal with it. All right.
Oh, it was on the other scene. That's why. I'm like, why is this not working? It was on mute? No. I was on a different scene. My mom's trying to help me live stream.
Whoa. Okay.
All right. All right. Big Bob says it seemed to be working now. Hi, Bob.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Angelica. Hi, Annalisa. DJ. Hi, everybody.
I know.
Sorry.
I have Courtney's chat up on my phone, so I can talk to you guys over there too. So, hi, DJ on Courtney's. I see
Yeah, I do have yours up, don't I? Hi, Ness.
Hi.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
All right. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I was sitting here like, Kelly, I can't hear you. And I'm like, duh, because I had to mute mine. I'm an idiot. Okay.
Oh, that's so awesome.
We're professionals.
This is my first ever live stream, so don't judge me. And now here's the wonderful chat window that I was looking for.
I like how we're both just like downing coffee.
We're both like just staring at the screen like what do we do? I don't know how to do this. All right, so what should we do first? Do you guys want to start drawing winners, or do you want to talk about what we're going to be doing on our channels here?
Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen. I see you over there. That's so cool. I have like 2 screens going.
I know, right?
That's awesome. Okay.
I'm just pulling up my winners, guys. So
I know. So we have
40
winners that we're going to be drawing tonight, and 20 just for live stream prizes. So we each have 10 that we're drawing for the live stream tonight.
Yes.
And those are 5x7s, correct, Courtney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by, Annalisa. Have a good girls' night.
I know. Where's HARVEY Art at? I know it's 1 o'clock your time, HARVEY Art. If you are watching the replay, happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. I wrote a post-it note to say happy birthday, and I know that she said it was going to be like 1 o'clock, because I think she's in Australia.
Correct, yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, it's like 1 o'clock down there, or over there.
It's so cool to talk in real time with all you guys. Oh, my gosh.
I know. You finally get to see what me and Courtney have been doing the whole time, except we don't look this glamorous. Usually we look homeless while we're FaceTiming.
Yeah, no.
So we each have, let me write that down. The third prize, we have 5 third prize winners.
Travel. Lindy, sorry. Yeah, Lindy, there will be a lag time because we're essentially streaming a Skype conversation, so there's going to be a lag.
Yeah, we tried to broadcast it to both channels, but Wirecast cost like $800, and that just was not in the budget. So we had to find a loophole this morning, and I had to go to Best Buy to get a webcam because my FaceTime camera was so pixelated it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
All right, Bob's asking to hear stories. I know he was asking about my Denton Road story. There's actually a few stories associated with that. I went there through my whole entire high school career.
I got stories for you too when we get there, or if we're doing that.
Yeah. Do you guys want to start with scary stories, or do you want to draw winners first?
Yeah, put winners or stories in the
chat so we can see what you guys want to do.
Yeah,
I want to make
I was
sure.
Gonna say comments, and I was like, that is not what this is called. No better than
live stream winners.
Let's see. A couple people said it was. Oh, Miss Lady says stories. DJ says stories.
All right, you want to start us off there, Courtney? I think you have a little bit more than me.
I got a lifetime. So. Okay,
I want to hear the Hollywood sign.
One, I'm trying to figure out which one to start with. There were a couple. So, okay, I'll tell you guys about the summer of Tupperware. It's not a very scary title, but I just made it up, and it's a scary story. Okay. Anyway, so there was this one summer, and I was home alone, which was kind of rare because pretty much there's always somebody home, and it was really hot. I live in California, so it's like always hot. Like it's freaking fall and it's hot. But it was really hot and hot. It was like 98 degrees outside or something like that. It was stupid. So I was sitting on the couch and I was watching TV and the TV shut off. And I was like, okay, well, power outages, issues with the weather, like whatever. Turned it back on and the TV shut off again. And I was like, what the heck is going on? It wasn't like a smart TV or anything. It was like an old tiny, not old timey, but like it shouldn't have just shut off like that. So I'm sitting there like whatever. So I turned it back on and I hear this like clattering in the kitchen. Mind you, I'm home alone. There should not be anybody there. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So I shut the TV off because I was trying to listen. And I was like, what is going on? So I hear these like bare feet on linoleum, right? Because we had linoleum in there at the time. And I was like, okay, this is super strange. So it got freezing cold, like 60-degree cold. And I was like, this is not happening because it was so hot outside. There's no way. And at the time we didn't have AC and it, nothing was on. So
well, and you're in California too. It doesn't get cold there, right?
It doesn't get 60.
It doesn't get cold
there.
The
apocalypse, right? So, and so I was just like, it just in a second it went from like blistering hot to freezing cold, and I was like, what is going on? So I'm listening, and all of a sudden everything goes back to normal. And even though I had shut the TV off, TV comes back on, everything comes back on, and I'm like, that's so weird. But like in the back of my mind, I was like, what was all that clattering about? So I got up, I went into the kitchen, and every single piece of Tupperware was on the kitchen counter. I don't know if it was somebody who was like dead and missing their Tupperware parties and like trying to sell me on my own stuff. I don't know what happened, but it was like
I would have freaked out.
That's out of the kitchen, go back to the show. Everything's fine. I mean, be a professional and put your mess away, right? At the very least. I was like more annoyed than anything else. I was like, now I have to put this crap away. But yeah, so that was the Tupperware incident, which was super bizarre.
Okay. Oh wow.
Do you want to tell a Denton Road story or something? Yeah.
Hey Mom, have you ever been to Denton Road? Did you used to go to Denton Road when you were in high school?
Yeah. I never seen nothing down there.
She went there. I'm broadcasting at my mother's house because my children are very loud. So I don't even know which one to start with. my good friend Jordan, and we used to hang out in this group, and we used to, well, they told us about it, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know, like, let's go. And I'm one of those people that, like, if you take me to a fake haunted house, I freak out, but I'm like all about the real stuff for some reason. So this bar it's the Diamondback Saloon, and then right next to it is a cemetery, and then it's like Old Denton Road, and you go, and then there's the cemetery, and then you go down under the bridge and down the other way, and there's 3 stories associated with it. So the first one is there was a college co-ed back in the 1960s that had gotten murdered on one of the graves, and if you go in there, she like haunts you around the cemetery. But the only thing that I've experienced is that there was this crow or raven or whatever you want to call it that would follow us around the cemetery every time we were there. And yeah, and we were those kids that like were asking questions, you know, like, is there anybody here, and blah blah blah. But the one time that we did go, it was with a different group of people, and we used to hang out at Steak and Shake, and we used to drive all the way down to Denton Road. And we took a Ouija board with us once. And I don't remember any of the questions or anything, but I very specifically remember going to the area where this witch was buried in her tombstone and yada yada, and we naturally asked the questions on the Ouija board, and for like 10 minutes nothing was happening. But we were about to give up and we left. Well, we were about to give up and go down to the other part of the Denton Road area. And I shit you not, started raining only on the Ouija board. And I have 5 witnesses. 5. Scared the crap out of us. So naturally, we left that night. We didn't come back for like 2 weeks. Bob says I was just asking for trouble. Yeah, that's pretty much right. And then this is before I actually started working at Snookers, Bob. So this was when I was in my first community college before I went to beauty school. I was a beauty school dropout too. And then the second part of the story is like there's this guardrail. The road goes up to the guardrail, and then there's the cemetery, and that was where the cemetery was. And then you hop over this guardrail and you go down, and there's like this tree, and that's where everybody tells the Lover's Lane story about the dude hanging and the blood dripping and yada yada. Well, if you keep going, there's this like dog park / track or whatever, and they actually set up haunted houses, like fake haunted houses, like down a little bit further into the park. And we went, it was such a long time ago, but it was so late. And I remember specifically that a guy named Henry was with us, and he really liked this girl that was there, and she didn't want to go. So her and Henry had stayed in the car, and we had went down and, explored for probably about an hour. And while we were coming back, there was this guy standing there, and we're all like, Henry, Henry. And all of a sudden the guy disappeared, and we get back to the car and we're like yelling at Henry, like, why did you just take off? Like, what's the matter with you? And they're both looking at us like we're completely insane. And I'm like, there was somebody standing there. Like, there's so many spooky stories along with Denton Road. It is so creepy. I can't even. It was the most scariest night of my life that night was. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
That is terrifying. Oh my gosh.
Really
Sorry, I had like a hair moment.
No, you're fine. I'm like ready to do that too. I'm like all of a sudden very flushed.
I seriously like.
Jenny
I was like,
Fiddler
I'm gonna make it like an hour and a half through this before I put my hair back. No, it didn't happen. You guys got to see my like arms, whatever. It's just you guys. You guys are all like family by now, so that's fine.
Right. Jenny Fiddler says, unfortunately, the Ouija board tends to take you to bad neighborhoods on the other side. Yeah, for sure. It was definitely.
It is.
It was the scariest thing I have ever witnessed in my life. I was like, never again. Never.
You know how I feel about Ouija boards.
Oh, for sure. We've had that conversation. That's why I couldn't draw the whole Ouija board in my planchette piece, because I was like, I'm not even drawing this. Like, I'll just draw the planchette and we'll call it even.
Yeah.
And we're
so
good.
Funny. And I totally gave up on my story with it because I was like, I'm drawing that. Are you kidding?
Right. I know you said you had a Hollywood sign story.
Who, me?
Was that you or was that?
It was Black Star Canyon.
Black Star, yeah. I would like to hear that one. Should we do like one of each of our live stream winners and then tell another story just so we can?
Do you want to do from grand prize down or live stream up? What do you want to do?
We can do the grand prize first, or does anybody have to like go right away, or do you want to do the live stream prizes first?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you guys want to do the prizes just for stream participants, put stream, and if you want the grand prize, put grand in the chat.
Oh, I'm not even.
So DJ says, I actually experience things myself. Oh.
Yeah, if you guys have any creepy stories, let us know.
Yeah, tell us.
Tell us.
It's just I feel weird. Like Kelli Courtney show here.
Yeah, I feel weird that I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. This is why I don't live stream, because I don't have a good train of thought.
Are you kidding me? You should see me try to edit a video. I had 2.5 solid minutes of ums in my last video, and I was like, thank God for jump cuts, because Lord in heaven. Now I understand what people have been saying for like the last 2 years of my channel. I don't even understand how I have subscribers. I was like, oh.
I did that. It's like I still do that. I have to edit out like 100 ums. I don't know why I say all the time.
We have the nicest people on our stream. They're like, whatever's easiest, whatever, it's fine.
All right, well, let's do.
Hi, Dusty. Sorry.
Let's do one live stream one, and then maybe we'll tell another story or talk about whatever, and then we'll do like the grand prize live stream, and then just go down the list that way.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let me throw up on the screen what I'm giving away right now. This is gonna go backwards, isn't it? Okay. Is that okay with you, Kelli?
Yeah, do what you gotta do, girl.
Okay, so this is the one that I'm giving away right now. It's the day 20-something prize. I'm so prepared. But it's the bookshelf one. I think it was like 21 or something.
Okay, yeah, yours isn't popping up on mine.
It's not.
You might have to hold it up.
It's only gonna pop up on my screen because it's not sharing to Skype. It's sharing to OBS.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I never thought about that. I'm an idiot. That's okay. So it's the bookshelf. Let me hold it up actually, then, so that your people can see it too. Well, our people on your channel, I guess.
Our people.
Hold, please. Okay. It's this one. So this is the one, and it'll be a 5x7 of this guy here. So that's what I'm drawing for. What are you drawing for?
I am drawing for a 5x7 of Alice in Wonderland. I'm sorry. This is hard.
I forgot. He literally told me this 10 minutes ago, and I already forgot.
This is hard. So we're gonna do. I'm drawing for a 5x7 of the Alice in Wonderland print right now. And how we're gonna do this is we are going to give you a word and let you guys comment that word for a minute, and then we're gonna write them down and draw them out of a bowl. What is that? Okay. Weird noises. All right. Okay. So what word are we going to use, Dia?
Let's do premium. I don't know. I was just looking at YouTube, and that was the first word I saw.
All right. Premium is the first word. I don't have a timer. Where's my timer here?
I have one if you want it.
All right, yeah, go ahead and set it for 1 minute. And if you would like either one of our prints, write the word premium in the chat, and we will write your names down and draw them out of there.
All right, ready, set, go.
Go.
$45 seconds to go. I should be ready.
We probably should have got some music. I feel like it's awfully quiet now that my mom's not down here doing dishes.
Okay, 20 seconds to go. Girlfriend, I can't see your chat. Hang on, let me start your.
Oh, we're pulling from. I thought I was pulling from my chat and you were pulling from your chat.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do that.
I feel like that would
duh, that is literally what we talked about.
that, I mean, like, that's right? Okay.
Yeah, no, that's totally right. I just have no brain cells left. Oh, sorry, stop. That was like 10 seconds. So, why do you put me in charge of things?
I don't know. My phone's busy. I'm watching your chat.
Twilight Zone music.
Yeah.
Oh, is that copyright? I don't know. All right, so I'm going to give you guys numbers and draw random ones.
Oh, you're so sophisticated. I'm like sitting here cutting.
Oh, yeah. It's not that I'm sophisticated, it's that I'm lazy. Right now, you guys are just waiting for us to tell you.
So weird doing that.
So I know it's like super strange.
I feel very awkward on
Yeah, DJ, you got it right. You just write the word, and then you guys did it. It's fine.
Okay.
We're just drawing right now. So
all right, go ahead and draw your first one there, girl.
all right. Number 3 was Miss Lady Art. So Miss Lady won a 5x7 print of Skyrim. Congratulations.
No, I got my little fancy fancy bowl here. Miss Lady Art.
Oh my gosh.
She won 2 prizes.
Miss Lady's on a roll.
Alright, so she's got the Alice in Wonderland 5x7.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so nice. You're like supporting each other and everybody who won.
I know.
Can we just live stream weekly together because our people are the best.
Okay. I'm gonna take these back. I'm actually gonna save these just in case I don't have to rewrite them again. That'll work out really good. Okay. I think you were up with the scary story there, dear.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, the Black Canyon, is that what you said?
Black Star Canyon.
X Canyon. Yeah, that was a good one.
I'm pretty much making these comments so that I have it in like 5 places right now because I'm paranoid like that. I'm like, I'm going to forget who won things. Okay. And I can watch my own replay, but really, okay. So.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we have that option.
We do have that option, yeah. Okay.
We're super sophisticated.
Black Star Canyon is sort of a legend around here. And it is desolate enough in the daylight, but it is something different at night. And it was way back in the day, and I was with this jerk of a guy and his jerk of friends, but it's like another story for like never another day. But we went out there, and it was kind of my fault, right? Because like I was wanting to scare them because they were the kind of guys that they acted like they were all tough, right? Mm-hmm. But then like as soon as we watch Rings, I can't have my hair down anymore because I'm scared. So I was like, I'm gonna show these boys what's up, and I'm gonna take them out to Black Star Canyon because I've always been kind of open to that stuff, sensitive to that stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna go out there, we're gonna do it. And all the way out there, these like men were like, you have to tell us if you see anything. You have to tell us if you see anything. So please tell us. And I was like, what, are you scared? No. I was like, all right. So we get out there. I was actually a little nervous, but I honestly thought it was hype. Like, just because I'm somebody who's like open to this kind of thing doesn't mean that I think everything is haunted, right? Like I was like, if there's this much talk about it, it might just be hype. Let's go find out. I was more interested in scaring them, not falsely, but just like to watch them like almost pee themselves on the way out was just gold. So we went, anyway, okay. I need to think through the things I say. Anyway, so we went out there and we were driving out, and there's this long, desolate road. Like, you're kind of in houses, and then it gets to this point where it's just canyon. And it's like, did we go to the Sahara? Because there is no one here for, like, a long time. So we're going in, and we're driving down the road, and you can, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like, it's so dark out there because there are no lights, and there's nobody there. It's just canyon, it's black. But there are these sort of, I don't know, like shapes, right, that are like darker than the darkness. And it's just the weirdest feeling. And I was like, oh, maybe this was a bad idea. So we're driving, and apparently Black Star Canyon, like, the legends about it are that it's haunted, and that there are these, like, I don't know, vagabond tribes of cannibals, and, like, there's really weird stories about this place. And we went out there, and it was Halloween, so I was, like, fully expecting there to be more than just a couple of people out there. And there were not. It was, like, us and one other truck, and those people took off, like, in 2 seconds. And I was like, good, this is safe. All in good fun. So we're standing out there, and it's kind of nothing. Like, it's eerie. It's eerie, but it's kind of nothing for a while. And so one of the geniuses with me decides, I think I want to go, like, jump this fence, which has a very clear no trespassing sign on it. And I was like, listen, I came out here to get scared, not to get put in jail. So, like, I will leave you. I'll take the car. I'll leave you. And so they were like, okay, fine. So we're standing there, and it's like eerie silence. Not like calming silence, but like we are on Mars silent. Like, it's just so weird. And we're all standing there, and we're kind of taking in this scene, I guess. You couldn't see much. And all of a sudden, one of the guys with me goes, do you see that lamp? And I was like, what are you talking about? And we look, and all the way out, we see this little light. And we were like, what in the world is this light from? Like, nobody should be out there. And if anybody was out there, I don't know where they would get a light from, because it's in the middle of nowhere. So this light is kind of doing one of these. And I was like, this is more than I bargained for. Now I'm scared. Great. So I was kind of comforted that they saw it too. And I was like, okay, we're all seeing the same thing. Like, maybe it's just a person. Like, maybe it's just a ranger, or like something like that. And so we called out. We were like, hello, you know, who's out there? And no one called back. So I was like, this is really strange. So this light starts moving our way. And I was like, no.
Were you thinking UFO, or were you thinking, like, ghost? Because, like, my mind is immediately going to UFO.
Okay, so, like, my mind shuts out UFO, because if I had thought that, I would have
because, like, no.
I can't even process that in my brain. Like, I'm like, no. So, but one of the guys who was with us is terrified of zombies, which, like, okay. And I was like, pick something real. But he was standing there, and I was like, maybe it's a zombie. Like, I was kind of like rattling the stage a little bit. And we're just sort of silent as this thing kind of gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And all of a sudden, sorry if this is loud, all of a sudden we hear this, like, just this weird whistle on the wind kind of a thing. And it was like, how is that carrying this far? Like, this is so weird. Like, and I don't think, like, we probably should have run. But we were just kind of sitting there like, this is fascinating. Like, you know, it's like a train wreck. Like, we should be going, but I can't look away. And so we're just like standing there. And all of a sudden, I got this feeling of like, go. Like, we need to go. And I was like, guys, we need to go. Like, I don't know why. We just need to go. Like, we need to get out of here. Something's wrong. Like, we're the only ones out here.
Like, we're all going to die. It's time to go.
We need to go. Like, I die, right? You know? And I had tried, my costume was hilarious. It was like, I was trying to do a sexy Halloween costume, but it was like random pieces from like whatever I had from like Spirit Halloween, and I was like, I am not going to be a haunted like hooker. Okay, it's not. I'm not. So.
You should have seen my mom's face. That was awesome.
I'm not serious, right? Like, at least I want to be a professional one if this is how I die. Okay. So I was just like, no, we're out. So I was like, get in the car, we gotta go. And so one of the guys was like, no, I want to see who this is. I was like, no, you don't. Trust me. Like, let's go. It might be the last thing you see. We don't know. And then all of a sudden, from the same place that this whistle was coming from, which is obviously where the light was coming from, we heard this god-awful scream. And if anything, the first thing that came to my mind was banshee, because it was everything I had ever heard about what a banshee was supposed to sound like. And we were gone. They needed no further persuasion. And so as he was driving, so he got in the car, we piled in. I mean, he started driving before the door was shut. Like, one of the guys almost fell out of the car. Like, we were gone. And so we're going down and we're driving, and it's a long road to get out of there. So it's not like you could just turn onto the freeway. Like, it was a while. Like, it was a minute before we got back out to something that was, like, civilized. So we're barreling down this road, and all of us, and there were 4 of us in the car. I don't talk to any of them anymore, so, like, I can't ask them. But we all saw it. There were these, like, it was like the darkness was chasing us. Like, it was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. Like, you were, like, out of there. We were out of there so fast. So we got onto the main road, and we just drove in mutual silence for, like, it had to have been, like, 15 minutes. And finally, when we were, like, you know, like, near civilization, right? Like, if you see a McDonald's, you're safe, right? So we were like, okay, this is how I know.
I'm good now. There's a McDonald's right there. We're all set.
We're safe. We're officially in civilization. So, and then I think we went to, like, Jack in the Box or something, and we went back to his house, and we all just sat in the room, like, what was that? And yeah, no, the light was still there when we left. We weren't sticking around to see what it was, DJ. We were like, no. But it was just like, it was so weird because it wasn't the most, like, overtly weird thing that's ever happened, but it was just like, it's really hard to explain the atmosphere, but it was just like 1 minute we were cool, and it wasn't just like the feeling of this is eerie. It was just from one moment to, like, this is strange, to the next moment, like, you need to run. Like, if a lion had been in front of me and chasing me down, I would have had the same feeling, and, like, we were just gone. But, like, that weird whistle it was actually worse than the scream to me. Like, it was super bizarre. And then when we were, like, around city lights again and we could laugh, one of the guys that was there, he was like, it was just Gandalf, it's fine. And I was like, yeah, okay. I don't think it was whispering for his trusty steed.
It's always funny when it's over. Jenny Fiddler is saying that that happened to her daughter in leaving Pyramid Lake.
Oh.
Which is so interesting. I'm sorry, there's all kinds of water noises from the washing machine upstairs, guys.
ASMR, fine.
Whatever. I forgot to mention that we both have the email address to email us your address if you win.
Oh, yeah.
It's kellicourtneycollab@gmail.com, so it should be on my screen, and yes, it's on Courtney's screen as well. Sorry, I look like a Teletubby. I gotta take this out.
I'm the one that's purple.
I'm feeling very weird. It's so creepy. Like, I need to redo it. Like, it was too high. There. That's a little bit more ballerina style.
Lighting is just really good for me. I kind of look like a glitter vampire.
And MYSTLADYARTS is saying that she had a strange nightmare after watching a movie kind of similar to your doll possession story.
Ooh.
This whole putting your comments on the screen thing is pretty cool. I really like this eCam business. It's interesting. Yeah, chased by a giant shadow, Jenny says.
Let me see this. Oh, I like that. Yeah, okay, now I can see yours too.
I know, I have yours over here and mine over here, so I can see everybody's comments and stuff. That's so cool. This is neat. This is cool, guys. I like hanging out with you. This is neat.
I know, this is really awesome.
This is neat.
Oh, clowns. Oh my gosh, Dusty says, I don't like dolls or clowns. I could tell you a story. It's not a haunted story, it's a funny story, but it's not my turn, so I'll write it down, and then when it's my turn again, I'll tell you the funny clown story.
I really don't have a whole bunch. Like, I do, but I don't. Like, I feel like the only other story that I have was when we used to live in my grandma's house.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And no, you're good.
Right.
And we were I was in the one room and my brother was across the hall, and there were these creepy dolls in the closet. Oh. And I made my grandma take them out and put them downstairs because I always left my closet door open. I don't know why I do that. But yeah, and it was, just silly things like radios turning on and off, and nothing like, I've never officially been like haunted. So like the only stories I have are from Denton Road, and I told you the best too. So I did tell him the grandma's house story. My mom's like, no, grandma's house. What do you remember?
At grandma's house?
I just remember the creepy dolls in the closet and the radio turning on and off.
When I was in the, I was taking a nap, and the answer machine went off, and it woke me up, and it was Gail on the answer machine. And when I got up, there was no voicemail. It wasn't there. And then feels like someone's always jumping on the bed. Oh
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was after my grandma's husband died. And we called him Uncle Sonny. After he died and we ended up moving in there was a lot of like small things that happened, like the radio turning in. And I remember that now, Mom, that you're saying that, the whole Gail voicemail thing. Mm-hmm. My mom was laying down and taking a nap. I don't know if you guys heard her or not, but
when you were in the shower and someone was knocking at the door and you went and there was no one there.
Oh my God. How are you remembering all of these?
Well, I have that. I think it's the dog. I think it's Brandy.
You think it's the dog that knocked on the door?
No, that jumps on the bed. Like, you know how the dogs
go like this? Yeah,
because it's happened here.
Well, that's creepy.
Mm-hmm. A living dog or a deceased one?
Deceased one.
Oh, okay, that's weird, yeah. I was like, why is that creepy? It's the dog.
Yeah, I forgot about that. There was one time we were living there and I was taking a shower and I kept hearing knocks on the door, and then I would get out and go look and there would be nobody there. And the doll thing, man, I don't know, that was just freaky. You know how you think you see them looking at you and you think you see them blinking? It was always like that.
Yeah, because they do. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. They do.
Remember your stereo when your light went on in the middle of the night?
Oh, yeah. I told them that already, though. You want to hop on the live stream now? Mm-hmm. Come join us. Let's have a cocktail. Yeah, I just have a bunch of smaller things. Like, there's no, like, one whole 30-minute long story. And, like, I'm just not a good storyteller for some reason. Like, I feel like I, like, stop and then, like, re-explain. You know what I mean? And then I go back to fast forward, and then now we're here, and this is why I'm a horrible storyteller.
I think you're a good storyteller.
I feel like I'm a good conversation person, but like I don't feel like I'm a good like narrator, if that makes any sense.
Oh, I see.
Like doing the urban legends for the videos, like I had to re-record the voiceovers like 1,000 times. Bob, if you get me a doll, I'm going to punch you in the nose. Like, he says he knows what you get me for Christmas now. Why are you so mean to me, Bob?
Oh my goodness.
That is so funny. I'm just kidding. I won't punch you in the nose. I will take whatever you get me.
My grandma lives alone and her health is kind of declining. And
DJ
so
says
I'm over there sometimes, and I used to. I would go over and spend the night with her, and she had in the room that I would sleep in. She has this doll in the corner with like the open eye, and every time I go over there, she has like a walk-in closet in the room that I sleep in. So I tried to be like an adult and sleep with it, and I couldn't do it. So I took the doll and put it in the closet, and I laid there and stared at the ceiling for like 30 minutes, and I was like, that little bitch is gonna get me in the middle of the night. I just know it. So I took the doll and put it out on the sofa. So when I woke up, my grandma was like, well, what's with the... I was like, no, No, not in my room. Not in the room I sleep in. No. And she was like, you hurt her feelings. Now she's going to be angry. And I was like, grab it.
Oh my god. Like, let's not freak me out about the doll, okay?
Now she's just mad.
Oh, the hubby's in the chat. Joey Man is my baby daddy. Hi, honey. It's so funny that you have Joey's name on there instead of Joseph. He hearts me. Hi, honey. All right. Shall we do another prize? All right. What should we do here? You know, now I'm starting to feel a little weird about the live stream prizes. I feel like maybe we should do, because like, let's say MYSTLADYARTS wins one of the big prizes. Alice is the bigger print.
Well, maybe if we do it that way, then if it would be a duplicate for them, they can just choose.
Yeah, and we'll decipher that in the email or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
All right, which one do you want to do now? You want to do another live stream or grand prize?
Let's do.
Oh, my son is watching. Hi, Pumpkin.
Oh.
Hi. I'd have you say hi to Grandma, but I don't think Grandma wants to be on YouTube. All right, which one do you want to draw, Courtney?
Let me see. So the okay, hang on. I was together a few seconds ago.
I know, I'm like all
How
jumbled.
did like 12 prints just disappear? Oh, they're right here. Hold on, please. Okay, because there's 3 involved in so the grand prize, there's 2 winners. We're each pulling one, and the grand prize is a combination of Kelli and I's number, or like our first place prize.
Right.
So
you'll be getting both of our books.
Feed them after don't. Dusty said I'm terrified of gremlins. DJ says don't feed them after midnight. And so, sorry, that was just distracting.
I thought too.
I was like, so I think for each of our first place prizes, we had a total of 1 5x7. We had 1 11x14, 1 8x10, and then you'll get a copy of our art book. We're both doing an art book.
So you'll get, this grand prize winner will get both of our books, both 11x14s, both 8x10s, and both 5x7s.
Yes, Kelli just summarized what would have taken me the next 10 minutes in about 3 minutes.
You get two of each.
I'm going to make this better for you, because this can't be my day.
I got my gigantic bowl of comments here. You want to go ahead and do yours first, or you want me to go?
Does it matter?
What?
Do we want to show the images?
Oh, yeah, go ahead and do yours. Let me dig mine out.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Anyway.
I guess that would make sense.
These little images on my screen are the only way I have them labeled. So, all right. So this is my grand prize 5x7. It's actually a mermaid that never made it into the original stories. This was going to be my original story for. I'm talking. This was going to be my original story for number 10, day 10, which ended up being the. But anyway. So I thought I'd throw this in because I liked it, and even though I ditched the story, I thought I would show you that. So that one's your 5x7 for mine. This one is your 8x10 for mine, which was day 4, and this one was your 11x14, which was day 14. So for those of you who are not on my channel, this is your 5x7. This is your 8x10. This is 11x14. And this is really washing it out, but you guys know what they look like by now. So.
Great. All right, and then for mine, this is the 5x7, the Red Riding Hood. And then the Little Mermaid one is going to be your 8x10. The 11x14 is going to be Alice. And then you will be getting one of my books as well. Okay, go ahead and draw yours, girl.
Okay, so the way that I did mine was I put everybody's comments on a spreadsheet, and everybody obviously had a number then, and then I put you guys in a random list generator, number generator from there, and I pulled numbers. And I did this ahead of time because God knows something would have gone wrong. So, number 173, hang on, let me consult my spreadsheet. Number 173 is winning my poll, so it's everything you just saw from both of us, and that is Angelica Souders. So Angelica is
Yay!
my grand prize winner. Yay, Angelica!
Congratulations! All right,
your turn.
I'm gonna dig in my massive bowl here. Not look. The IDT channel is my grand prize winner, so you'll be getting both of our first prize winners. Okay, let me take that one out. All right, move it down.
Dusty Ward says, Kelly, yours are so fantastic as well.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, and it's okay. I know Angelica had to go. She's driving, but she lives right. We've been friends since middle school, so I can just.
Oh, you know her in person?
Yeah, we've been friends since middle school.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I can just drive it to her. She was my LuLaRoe girl. Why do you think I have like 75 pieces of LuLaRoe now?
All right, that'll make. All right. And by the way, we are giving you guys 1 week to send us your addresses in the email, and if you don't respond by 1 week, then we're going to be drawing another winner.
Yeah. So I'm just kidding. So get on your. I'm just kidding. All right.
All right.
You guys rock. I love all your ladies' work. And who said I'm missing comments? I'm sorry. Oh, Dusty Ward says, "Oh my gosh, you guys are so generous and kind." Oh, thanks. Okay, that's sweet. Okay, so we drew that. Cool. Congratulations to the winners. We got a lot of prizes left to go though, so don't worry.
I know we
don't
only
sweat.
did 2 out of 40, so. Don't worry, guys. We got all kinds of stuff going on here.
Lord,
and if you don't win on here, we're each doing one on our Facebooks and on our Instagrams. When are you going to post yours? I'm going to post mine tomorrow, I think.
That's a great question. I need to make the image for it because I kind of legitimately forgot we were doing that until about 10 minutes ago, 10 minutes before we started. And I was like, yes, that was also on my list because I'm So I'm going to make the images for that tonight, and I'll probably post it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'm going to post mine tomorrow, too. So if you don't win tonight, head over to our Facebooks and our Instagrams, and you can win there. All right, so do you have any more scary stories? Or do you want to talk about where you're going to take your channel?
I'll do one more. I'll do the funny story, actually, because I have a lot of, well, I'll do a scary story. The funny story is kind of short, but the funny story in summary is that I am, not so much after I drew Pennywise. Once I did the Pennywise drawing, staring at something for that long made me realize it was just lines and shadows and highlights, and it was like, I was kind of fine with it after that, but I am really terrified of clowns, and I went to a craft fair, and I was selling my jewelry, because I was making jewelry at the time. And it was at this church, and I was like, oh, it's like an autumn fest. There's going to be nothing scary there. It's going to be great. Wonderful. And so I'm sitting there trying to be a professional, right? And that whole day was a nightmare. But anyway, I was sitting there, and that's like a whole vlog. Anyway, but I start hearing this commotion behind me. And they walk around in this, like, it's like all the people are on the walls, and then they're in the middle. So the pathway is circular. And so I'm not paying attention. And all of a sudden I'm like, what is this? What is this? And then all of a sudden I hear, oh, the senior club is here. And I'm like, oh, the senior club is here. And I turn around, and the senior club is a clown club from the local senior citizen community. And I was like, God help me. So I was sitting there, and of course they had to visit every single thing. And so I'm sitting there like trying my hardest because I'm like, these are elderly people trying to find joy in their lives. Don't ruin it by being a jerk. So I'm sitting here like,
Like, I'm not a scared. I'm not a scared.
I'm gonna win, all right? So they come around and they're like, I can just like feel them coming, and they're sweet little people, you know. And I'm just like dying 1,000 deaths because I can't see past the like. I don't know if it was like we used to do drag and now we do this, but there was something weird going on with that makeup. And so they come around, and then all of them, because apparently like half of them were women, and didn't know that, but looking anyway. And so they were like, "Oh my gosh, your jewelry's so pretty!" And one of them legit comes up to me and she goes, "Honey, are you wearing it? Did you make those?" And I was like, "You know,
like you're dressed as a clown. Please don't talk to me."
Like, listen, I have clown barrier, and it's this big. Count the other stuff. But yeah, and so I was dying. I was just like, you have totally broken the clown human barrier that I'm comfortable with.
Right.
Being outside, and you walked in, and now you're touching me, and I'm like,
all your people are dying. That is so funny.
You're little, and every single like old person thinks they can come up to you and be like, "Aren't you just the sweetest?" And I'm like, "Don't touch me."
It's like, do you not realize how scary you are to some people right now? Oh man, I don't know what it is about clowns, but some people are just very deathly afraid of clowns and chickens. I don't understand that, but some people are afraid of birds.
Kathleen, you were a clown? Oh my gosh, you're the enemy. We have crossing enemy lines here.
Tylene says, "Oh, I'm late." Well, hi, Tylene. You're totally not that late. We've only given away 2 prizes, so you have plenty of chances. And we have, what, 2 more hours to go?
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Oh, anyway, that's my funny story. The only other one, it takes longer than we have. The short sentence version of it is that I heard footsteps in the attic for like the first 3 months that we lived here, and then I was informed that we don't have a place to walk where I was hearing the footsteps, and I was like, good. Good.
Yeah, footsteps are creepy. I don't like those either.
Like,
Bob says, regular clowns like at the circus he's fine with, but it's the creepy clowns like Pennywise that he can't handle.
Incorrect, Bob.
All clowns. We have decided, we voted and you lost. All the clowns are just terrifying. You lose. That's funny. Kathleen. Oh, she's so funny. Yeah. I don't have a fear of clowns. I don't know why. Yeah, Miss Lady Art says she lost a shoe while watching a horror movie once. I have a funny story like that. When I was really little, not even really little, I think I want to say under 10, whenever Jurassic Park came out into theaters, I don't know when it was, but the grandparents decided to take me, my brother, and I believe it was my cousin Sarah, and we thought we were going to be so cool and so brave and sit in the front row, and man, as soon as them dinosaurs, we were crawling under seats and running up and down the aisles. We almost got kicked out of the theater. We were so scared. Oh, yeah. And it wasn't even a horror movie. It was just Jurassic Park. Something that you watch now and you're like, that wasn't very scary. Not at all.
I love Jurassic Park. I have a friend that we didn't see the first one together because I was in Washington and she was down here, so like we haven't met yet. But and the first one came out in the summer of '93, I believe. But when we have seen every single Jurassic Park movie together, not necessarily on opening day, but like we don't see it till we go together. So it's like we have like a dino bond. I don't know what it is, but
that is so
yeah,
funny.
I love Jurassic Park.
The new ones look pretty cool. I don't know. I've never been a Jurassic Park person. I don't know why.
Stop. You haven't seen the new ones?
No, I haven't been to the movie theater in a very long time.
I know, you have kids and stuff.
The last movie I saw,
some adults have real responsibility.
It was the Melissa McCarthy one where she goes back to college. I saw that one. That was the last movie I saw. And before that, it was a long time ago. And honestly, I was a little disappointed with it. It wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. Because I love Melissa McCarthy, and I was a little disappointed with it. But
I'm not a huge... I like her as a person, but her genre... It's not her, it's her genre that I'm not really...
Well, I I was a Gilmore Girls watcher, and I've been in love with her since then. And like, she just all of a sudden went rogue on me and just started doing all these crazy movies.
You're like, who are you?
Yeah, I'm like, girl, this is not you. I mean, like, she's funny, but some of them, it's almost like she's saying yes to everything, and some of the movies just aren't produced very well.
Right.
I know that you're upset. And what Chloe did was wrong. Well, I understand that you're hurting.
Oh, Jenny Fiddler's daughter loves Jurassic Park. When we saw the first movie with her in the theater, she loved it. I was afraid I'd pee myself. I'm with you. Them dinosaurs are loud. They're loud. They're loud. And it's just so dramatic in the theater now, especially with now they have the shaking seats and the surround sound and like the. I liked Identity Thief too. That was the last movie I liked of hers, and The Heat with Sandra Bullock. I did like that one.
That one I want to see, and I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't? That one's funny.
I'm a huge Sandra Bullock fan, and I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that was really good. I did like that one. I love Melissa McCarthy, but that last one just wasn't my cup of tea. I was very sad with it.
Yeah, she seems like a sweetheart. I haven't really liked most of the ones that I've seen, but
yeah.
Have you know what else can be creepy is theme parks?
Oh, dude.
I don't know.
I can't even do. I'm not a Cedar Point person. Are you like a Cedar Point, Six Flags person?
I have no idea what that is. Oh, Six Flags.
Cedar Point's in Ohio. I'm on the other
coast.
Yeah.
Place?
Sorry, I got a weird notification.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, no, I love one time my friend and I, actually both strange experiences that I've had, not like paranormal, but just like spooky, in a theme park happened when I was in choir. And one of them I think was in middle school choir, but my friend and I had just gotten off a ride and we got lost. It's circular. I don't know how, anyway. So we got lost, like, it's enclosed. I don't know how we got lost in Disneyland, but we got lost in Disneyland.
I heard Disneyland is haunted.
Oh, it is.
Anyway,
but
go ahead.
That's like a whole other, like, they have books about that. Yeah, Disneyland is a very strange place to be, but especially over by, like, Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff. But we were there and we were walking around and we were like, okay, we got to get to the bus. Both of these stories are me missing buses. Anyway, and so basically I'm a flake. So my friend and I were like lost and we were like, how do we get out of here? So all of a sudden, as we're trying to like read this map, and we're both like directionally challenged, you know. I swear it's a gene, and we were like trying to find our way out of this place, but it was dark, and Disneyland looks real different in the dark, and so we were like, how the hell are we going to get to the bus before it leaves us? And we became aware that this man was following us because he could probably tell that we were A, lost, 2, young, A, 2, 12, whatever, A, we, and C, we had no person, like adult with us, because we were heading into high school, we were like 12, but we were supposed to have broken off into groups, and she was my group, and the rest of us had left, and they were like, okay, we'll meet you at the bus. We were like, cool. So we finally got there, but this guy had stalked us around the amusement park for a solid probably 30 minutes before we found more of our people, and then he took off in a real hurry when he figured out we were with a school. But and then the second one was I was at I forgot about the story until just now, but I was in high school, and I think it was my sophomore year or the end of freshman year. But anyway, the guy I was dating at the time and we had been with our parents the whole time. Not the whole time, but like we were in their group, right? And so like each of the chaperones had like a group of kids and we were in their group. So we all met up back at the front and we were about to go. And my mom and his mom got along really well. And so they were just chit-chatting, blah, 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 and there was like a restroom out in the front, and you could walk through it. And so you could enter one side and exit towards the front of the park. So we're sitting there waiting for them because the rest of our group had gone with our teacher to get back on the bus. And they were like, oh, you got your kids? Okay, we'll wait for you. So we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're sitting there, and we're like, what are they doing in there? And all of a sudden, they come back and they're like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry, we thought you were with us. So they were just chit-chatting, and we got on. They thought that we saw them leave and had followed them, and then they got on the bus and then they were like, where are your kids? And they're like, I don't know, where are our kids? We were like, dude, really? You have one job.
One job.
Like, we bonded over lipstick. I don't know. We should look at our lips. They're great. Like, you know. Oh, so we got a lot of flack for that. Like, sure, why were you late for the bus? But, I forgot about that story. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Anyway, that was not at all what we had planned to talk about. I just felt the need to go on a tangent.
Oh, that's fine. I'm going to grab a cocktail really quick out of this fridge. I need a beverage.
Take over.
Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. Bob said that my stuff was buffering. How's the video and audio now, guys? You guys still doing okay? It's showing that we're live, but like it's not giving me any other options. Just want to make sure that we are all good still. You're good too, Court?
Yep. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Everything's good. I was checking comments.
I mean, yours is still up on my feed, but I did get a couple. They were like, buffering. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
All right.
They need to create technology whereby you can pass me one of those through the screen because I'm.
Would you like a res apple ale?
I would. All right.
Okay.
So, now that I've taken over the stream by blabbering for 20 minutes about nothing related.
Oh, you're good.
The blackout! Sorry, James. I'm reading stuff, but James is here, guys. So I hope I have your name right. I'm just going to assume that I do. Anyway, James is here.
Hi, James.
I'm back. I'm good. I'm glad you're back.
That's funny. Okay, so you just released a video today about your new project, and I would love to hear more about that. Do you have any idea? Because it's weird. We were talking, and we were wondering what... We were talking about how Inktober was like the most us thing that we have done on our channels, and
yeah.
we're wondering, not even wondering, but we're seeing ourselves go in these new directions with our YouTube channels, and I know I would like feedback. So,
Correct.
Do you want feedback as well, Courtney?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you guys seem to be really interested in the stories, for sure.
Right.
So Courtney has a new project that I want to hear about for sure, because I feel like I've been hearing bits and pieces, and then we're like trying to plan the live stream and get video set up and all this stuff, and I haven't even got to chance. Like, we were talking about how excited we are to watch each other's whole playlist, because we've been so busy we haven't had time to do that.
I feel like I'm the worst collab partner ever. I'm like, I haven't responded to one of your tweets.
It's like, well, it got busy there at the end, and then we're trying to put the books together and order the prints and make sure we have, you know, I mean, I had to go to Best Buy today because my FaceTime camera was all pixelated, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a journey, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hasn't it? But yes, I want to hear more about your new project, so please don't.
Okay. All right. So basically, I used Inktober as a testing ground to see if my audience, you guys, would tolerate any sort of non-art content. I've been a writer for a long time. I have a lot of fiction projects that I've been working on in the background, but I never really introduced it to my YouTube channel because I kind of thought that people would just be like, this is an art channel, focus, please, you know. So I thought I'll tell stories during Inktober and I'll see how they go. And I know Kelli was kind of thinking the same thing, like I'll do this, you know, fairy tale stuff and dark story stuff, and see how it goes. So I was really excited to hear that you guys responded so well. Sorry, James says confirmed. She's a writer. Let's all go read a book. Please read a book. So I have a fantasy series that I've been working on for about 3.5 years, but it's not quite like ready, and I don't want to rush it. And I wanted to release something before that. So another sort of series-ish collection that I've been working on is modern-day retellings of fairy tales and older stories. So I have this, anyway, so I'm writing a novel. This is November, and November is NaNoWriMo, which for those of you not in the writing community is National Novel Writing Month, where you write 50,000 new words of a novel in the month of November. By the time you get to the end of November, you have a draft. It's like your crappy first draft. It's not anything to be sold. But I'm going to finish that draft and probably edit along during November. And then it'll probably release next year sometime because there's art that goes with it, and I want to make sure that it's good. But the art that's going to go with it is what I'll probably be doing on my channel through November. I'll take a short break in December for Winter Veil, and then I will go back to that probably in January. So the theme of 2019 for me is finished stuff because I'm like a serial project abandoner. So anyway, the story, I have the synopsis of the story if you guys want me to just read the synopsis to you. I don't know, Kelly, what do you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
My mom was asking me if I wanted ice cream. That's why I was looking over there. Just so you know, I'm not annoying you. I was addressing somebody else.
Yes. Ice cream
I have never
question,
seen you eat so much ice cream. You always tell me no to ice cream.
This is for Mike.
I love ice cream, but I'm ready for a cocktail right now. But Jenny Fiddler says, writing is art. Nothing is better than words with pictures. I agree. I like reading.
I agree.
I especially like reading adult books that have pictures in it. Like the
Me too.
The Grimm's Fairy Tales have a couple illustrations in it, and I love seeing like how people visualize things.
Right. Yeah, it's so cool. So the synopsis for this is, and this is roughly written, but whatever. Alice Brooke has been through a lot in her life. After being orphaned at a young age, she suffered crippling depression. She was placed in the care of a mental ward for 7 years until an aunt she hadn't known existed discovered her whereabouts and adopted her. While she'd been living life as an adult for several years, the memories from Wonderland Children's Ward still haunt her. Memories of trips below ground, royalty and strange creatures, and the knowledge somewhere within her that the entire hospital had been a sham for something much stranger than anyone could have imagined. But after years of therapy, she'd become nearly convinced that all of her memories were just products of the overactive imagination of a confined, depressed child seeking to create adventure where there was only misery. That was, until one of her closest friends from the hospital found her. She was working at her job in the library when he walked in and told her that he had proof that everything they experienced was real. After begrudgingly following him to the now abandoned hospital, she takes a leap of faith and uncovers a reality and an identity for which she never could have prepared herself. Welcome to Alice Underground.
Yeah, I'm really excited to read that.
That's the summary. So there will eventually be the novel, and then there will be the illustrated companion. And
okay, so what you're going to do on your channel is write and illustrate a chapter at a time? Is that what you're doing?
I'm not that organized. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be writing it along. I jump around with writing as much as I jump around when I'm working on a piece. But basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on these illustrations. And while I'm working on the illustrations, I'm going to use them to vlog about the project, to give you guys some tutorials. And this is currently also a thing called Slowvember, which is where you work on a large project for the entire month. So my project is 24 by 28 because I hate myself. And it's going to be entirely color pencil. And it's basically going to be my version of Alice falling down the rabbit hole. And it's, yeah, so that's going to be what I'm working on. It's very, like, dark, and I'm...
Honestly, it sounds so freaking awesome. I would absolutely love that.
Yeah, so there may be, like, a calendar that happens after this. I'm not really sure, but...
Yeah, see, that's what I'm debating between...
Thank you, DJ. Oh, thanks, James. Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's what I'm debating on being my next project. I know that I want to do either a fairy tale calendar or a year of red and just do a whole calendar based on Red Riding Hood illustrations. But I haven't, like, Which one do you think? I kind of like think that I want to do the red, like a year of red, because you can take it to so many things, and then you have the different seasons, and you can go from there. But I
I'm
also
biased about Red Riding.
Yeah, I also have that children's book in my head about the kids too, but I feel like that's going to take a lot longer.
Yeah.
So I think I want to try to do the calendar first, and then do a. While we're here, should we talk about doing this next year? Are we going to be doing volume 2?
I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should there be a volume 2?
I think I'm tired right now, but I know like in a month I'm gonna want to do a volume 2. And I feel like I wanted to start doing it now just so I'm not rushed and they're all ready to go. So we all only have to hit publish and there's no like internet problems or scheduling like so much stuff came up even though we scheduled it so far in advance. I couldn't believe how much stuff came up. I was like, holy crap.
I vote for a volume 2. I think we should do this.
My Shuda said she would love to read anything that Courtney wrote. It's even cooler having been able to get to know you over this month. Yes, I agree. And Jenny, I apologize if I'm saying these names wrong too, you guys. I'm a name butcherer, but Jenny Feidler is asking, ladies, do either of you have a favorite brand of colored pencil?
Oh.
Go ahead there, partner.
I said I plead the fifth because for all their troubles, am still in love with my Prismacolors. So
I'm a polychromos girl. I absolutely love my polychromos. I have polychromos and luminance, and I find myself reaching for the polychromos and then the white luminance colored pencil or the Derwent Drawing Chinese white. But I feel like I like them because they're like translucent. Like you can work with them and add layer upon layer upon layer. They're not so, I don't know. I feel like the luminance are just really big and bulky when you're using them, you know? Like I don't feel like, I prefer the polychromos.
I wouldn't want to pick one brand, honestly, because usually by the time I'm done with a project, I have 4 or 5 brands and a billion colors in front of me, so I wouldn't want to pick one. But if I had to pick one, I think it's just because I started with Prismas, so I'm still more comfortable with Prismas. And I also, like, Faber-Castell, I love my polychromos, I love my luminance. I actually even like my erotitin, which I'm butchering, that's not how you say it, but I like those as well. But for me, I am more comfortable with I'm getting more comfortable with polys, but I'm more comfortable with Prismacolor. So for me, I reach for my Prismas because if I have something in my head that I want to create color-wise, I can be like, yeah, okay, mineral orange, pumpkin orange, burnt, whatever, great, okay, and I know what I need, so I just grab it, and for me, it's just easier, but I'm sure once I get to know, I will say, though, I would not want to live without the Derwent Drawing Chinese White, and there are a couple of luminance colors that are just so unique to luminance that you just, they're
gray
and they're
purple,
tones.
Yeah.
And the purples, I know, so I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to pick just one.
I mean, like, I wouldn't either, but, like, I really like the Derwent Drawing. If I had to honestly choose Derwent Drawing or Luminance, I don't know why I would pick Derwent Drawing, but I would. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's something the way I have them stored. Like, I have them in their tins still, and I find the Luminance really annoying to get to. I don't know why, but they just annoy me, and it sucks because they're the most expensive one.
Yeah, I love mine. I feel like when I'm using them, I will say, though, if I'm doing a portrait and it's not a black and white portrait, I am probably reaching for my luminance because after watching Kirsty Partridge for, like, I don't know, since she started her channel, I know my portrait colors in luminance and I know my other colors in Prisma. So I just prefer wax, and then I usually tend to come in with oils at the end to sort of glaze things and color adjust, but I don't know. I haven't found this like overwhelming love for like, you know.
See, but you do more portrait work than I do.
Yeah,
I haven't done any portraits yet, so I'm very curious to see like how I'm going to feel once I start doing the portraits. But like as of right now, the stuff that I like to do, like the animal, I feel like I've only done animals, so I like the polychromos for that a lot better. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Big
Oh, hi,
Bob.
Navigator. Sorry, I didn't see you come in.
Oh no, you're good. Big Bob says start Inksember. Bad wordplay. Instead of every day, do 2 a week.
Do what now?
Do Inksember.
No.
No, we're done with
No,
ink for a
thank you, sir.
minute. I know they have like already Advent. I don't know if I have no idea how I'm going to handle December right now.
I have enough going on in December because I'm doing Drawcember, and then will probably be doing Vlogmas as well. So I'm like booked. I can't do any more in December.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the next challenge. Like I feel like I lost my train of thought. I quit. I'm just gonna have another sip of my beer.
DJ says, "Ho ho no," and I'm like, "Yes, that's exactly how I feel about it."
I am sad though because I did buy a dip pen and I didn't use it at all this Inktober.
I was disappointed in you, Kelly, because I saw that in your haul and I was like, "What the actual? Why am I not? I wanted to see this in use." And
yeah, well, and then I put it in a special case, and then I kept forgetting to pull the special case out and try to use it because like it was hidden in like one of my old Ipsy bags, so like the nibs wouldn't get busted or whatever. And I totally forgot about it. I was like, oh my god, I forgot to use this, and now I feel like I don't have enough time to learn how to use it. So
yeah,
definitely next time, that's for sure.
James, I saw your question, and I'm looking something up real quick, and then I'll answer you because I'm not familiar with what you're drawing. So I want to see what it looks like first, so that I can answer your question better. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Like
because I want ink supplies now. You can have mine because I'm done.
I still really like them. I'm really mad though. I meant to buy like a sepia color, and I'm sorry, Kathleen's comment just caught my attention. You have 2 porcelain palettes now? I'm so jealous. That's awesome, Kathleen. I lost my train of thought.
Oh.
What happened? Oh, yeah, I meant to buy like a sepia so I could do like a brown tone piece, and I ended up buying burnt sienna, and it was very orange, and I was like, I cannot use this.
You're like, wait.
Bob, colored pencil takes way longer than ink. There's no way I could do 2 or 3 a week with colored pencil unless they were super small.
So James, I'm kind of looking through some images when I look that up. Is that a song? It looks like is that a song? I don't know, but I'm looking at some illustrations of it and some of the color palettes that are being used. And if you're going for something similar to that, I think that I would. Okay, it's a song. Good. Okay, so I think I would recommend if you're going with the blues with the sort of red tones as well, your Prismacolors will probably be fine for that. I'm looking at some of this stuff, and I would just off the top of my head say you want the indigo, you're going to want the sky blue. Probably you're going to want the muted turquoise in there to dull down some of those brighter blues, the grayscale set, the cool grays, definitely the white and the black. And then depending on how you're interpreting this, you're probably also going to want some of the scarlets or the reds. Actually, if you have polychromos, the dark red would be really good for that. But that's what I would start with to get you started on colors, and I would build out from there. And also, I might just add that playing with blue and orange might be really, really cool for this because they are complementary colors, and I'm sucker for blue and orange, so I'm kind of biased there. But yeah, I'm just looking at some of these images to give you a better struggle to color because I add too much detail for color. I prefer the scarlet, but mahogany is usually better for darker. You could use the scarlet and go on top of it with darker tones. You could go over with some sepias and you can sort of make a mahogany that has a scarlet. So, sorry.
Oh, you're good. I'm totally like, I couldn't see what you were looking at, so I was
oh, yeah,
a little left in the dark.
What do you mean? My brain.
I can't see from your brain, Courtney.
Right here.
Ah.
Sort of stuff like that. And
okay.
So I'm looking at that. So, yeah. Don't feel dumb. Do you know how long it took me to figure that out? Oh my gosh. Don't feel
My Shuda and Jenny said that we killed it this Inktober. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lady Arts is wondering which inks that I used. I used the Winsor & Newton inks. I think I had the gold, the red, and then the black, and then I ran out of the black, so I bought the bigger one. And I did have burnt sienna, but it was very, very orange, and I meant to order like the sepia color instead.
Yeah, I was.
Hi, Jenny. Jenny says she's at
Martin.
work and she might have to go at any time. And we should probably do another.
Oh yeah, we should probably like draw prizes. I was using
Yeah.
the peach Martin thing, by the way, which I really liked. I also had the
Right. Yeah. She used a lot of. How much? What was the price difference between the PH Martins and the Winsor & Newton? Because I've seen a lot of artists use the PH Martins this year.
They're cheaper. They're definitely cheaper for the quality of the Winsor & Newton, but not enough. The only one that I would actually spend money on would probably be the gold and then that dark red. Yeah.
The fire engine red, or it's called deep red, right?
Deep red. That's
Yeah.
the one.
Okay. All right. So live stream or first prize?
Let's go back and forth. Let's do live.
All right. Pick a word.
All right. Let's do clown, since we were talking about that.
All right. We have 1 minute to write the word clown to be entered. Which one are you going to give away?
I'm going to give away I'm giving away. I have 5 things I'm giving away 2 each. So I will be giving away this one again as a 5x7.
Okay, yeah. And then I'm going to do the Alice in Wonderland 5x7 again. All right.
1 minute. Sorry, that's my clock.
Yep, you're the clock because I don't have it.
All right.
All right, we have 1 minute to write the word clown, and then we will draw the winners.
All right, and I went ahead and started because they were starting. So.
I know, me too. Like,
calm down, people. No, I'm just kidding.
And when you're done with the timer, I need to wait 30 seconds because I get comments after the timer goes off because of the lag.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I'm really excited to read your book.
Oh, thank you.
Like,
I'm
really
excited to read it. All right, we have 10 seconds left on the clock, and I'll give you another 30 for your stream to catch up.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, got it.
Appreciate.
All right, so that's time, and then let's give Kelli some moments here to keep going. So that people, because there's a lag. So. Thank you, Moonlight Gator. That's really nice. All right, and that's about 30 seconds. All right.
All right.
Let me make sure I got all my folks. All my people. All right. All right.
I feel like a 2-year-old over here cutting paper.
I'll wait.
Go ahead and draw yours first because I need to pull these up. Not cutting paper, I promise. Put them in my bowl.
Alright. Hang on, my computer doesn't, or my phone doesn't know what it wants in life. Alright. I can't do nails. Alright. Alright, and the winner of, wow, all of a sudden I'm getting a lot of feedback on my,
like noise feedback? Is that what you're talking about?
my humans. It's odd. But it's like, this is muted. Like I can hear you. Anyway, it's fine. So my winner, number 5, Dusty Wolfer. So that's how we won. 5x7. Dusty. And I'm sorry, I don't want him clapping on it like it's some kind of Yeah, Kathleen, I know there's a ghost. Yeah, I hear it too.
Is it on yours or mine?
I think it's on mine. It's almost like you're broadcasting it back to me or something. Right?
Well, I have your live stream up on my phone, but the volume's off. So I wonder. I mean, because you can't hear through my phone, so that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Huh. All right.
Oh, welcome, Dusty. Dusty, be sure to email the email address. It's at the. Oh, now I can't hear it. That's better. Ooh, okay.
Is that better?
Yeah. At the top of the screen and with your mailing info.
Okay. My winner is NESS.
What?
You get the 5x7 of the Alice in Wonderland print.
Cool.
And make sure you send us your address to kellicourtneycollab@gmail.com.
All right.
This is really fun. I feel like I'm a DJ.
I know, right? I absolutely love this. We need to do this more often.
Yeah.
Live. So cool.
I know. What else can we collab on?
Is it okay that I live in Canada? Yes, this is international.
Yes. Most definitely.
I think most of our viewers are in other countries, so that would be kind of sad if we were like, 90% of you can't enter.
All right.
I know. Do a dance, entertain the people. I don't know what I'm doing with my life right now. I'm trying to find things. Okay, that was my other one. I don't know how things disappear on me, just always. Okay, never mind. I lose my mind. It's okay. All right. I am good for the rest of the drawings. All right. I'm back. All right. Sorry.
Okay. I feel like we should probably draw another one because we have 40.
Yeah, let's probably do a couple drawings because we're like, let's just jabber and never win anything or draw anything. Okay.
Yeah, let's draw a couple and then we'll get back to chit-chatting. You want to draw first prize?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go ahead and do that.
All right, so my first.
I'll stir around my pot.
My first prize and the first prize is basically what we were giving away in the grand prize, but it's just for singular, right?
Yes, so
Yeah.
you will get, like, if Courtney draws your name, you will get her book, her 11x14, her 8x10, and her 5x7. If I draw your name, and these names are from all of our comments through all of Inktober.
Right. And just to remind you guys again, this is my 5x7. This is the one that is going to be the 8x10. Sorry, I watched too much ASMR and I'm tapping on things. And this will be my 11x14. You guys know you want some binaural action. Anyway, that'll be my 11x14. I don't know what's wrong with me. So let me see what came up in the numbers for. I have a question for any woman who wears nails like this on a regular basis. How do you live? It's a skill I will never have. I'm like, I can't even open my phone screen with this. All right.
No, I don't do them anymore. I can't.
I can't. I don't understand. Okay. I'm not a real woman, I guess. No. All right. One winner, and that was number 434 on my list. So let me pull up 434. And that would be MYSTLADYART. You are my first place channel winner, whatever we're calling it. So you will be getting the 11x14, the 8x10, the 5x7, and my book.
Okay. And for my first prize winner, this is your 5x7 Red Riding Hood. This is your 8x10, the Little Mermaid. And then your 11x14 will be Alice. And then you will get a copy of the book as well. Now I'm old-fashioned, so I'm going to draw them out of this. And I'm not going to let. Okay. Oops, I dropped a name. Okay, I'll get that in a second. Jenny Loke. Or is it Locke?
Yeah.
Or Loki? How do you pronounce that? I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but the Jenny one.
Yay, Jenny.
This one right here. Jenny Loke. I want to say Loke or Locke.
I always said lock in my head.
And Locke or
It's-
I
I've been
almost
seeing
want to
it
say
for like a month. I don't
Loki
know how to pronounce
because of
any
the
of them.
Avengers. I don't know why I want to say Loki because of the Avengers.
Loki.
Yeah, like that's how I feel like I need to pronounce it. I don't know why.
Loki appearance in my video today.
Yeah. All right. So let me write that.
That's anything unusual, but I'm hearing myself again. Oh, I'm not. Hey, I lied.
Joking. All right. So Jenny, make sure you send me your email to kellicourtneycollab@gmail.com. And
Oh, it's lock. Okay.
is it Locke?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm seeing on yours anyway. I don't know. All right.
Okay.
Fun and excitement for all.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Should we do another live stream prize?
Let's do it.
All right. Which one do you want to do this time? Oh, you're doing 5 and 5. Okay. So for Courtney, it's the bookshelf piece.
Nope. We're done with those. I got my two of those. So this time I will be giving away. You guys on my channel are going to see some things pop up real quick. It's because I'm trying to figure my life out. Don't worry about it. Let's see.
On to another
5.
one,
Okay, that's right. I was going to do that one too. Okay. Just making sure I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so for this one though, it will not be the one you just saw. I will be giving away this one, a chicken.
I like him.
So this is my next live stream prize. Some tapping for those of you or ASMR fun. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
You're welcome, Jenny. All right, so I have 2 Alice's. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do a 5x7 of the Little Mermaid piece. All right, which word should we use? Inktober?
Yeah.
All right, you have 1 minute.
Hang on. Not yet. You don't.
When Courtney tells you
When Courtney gets her together. Okay.
to write Inktober.
Okay. 1 minute on the clock. Word is Inktober and go. The word is Inktober.
It's very Inktober.
Say the word. Get the prize.
I feel like maybe I should have did it different.
I don't know what is wrong with my head. This is me in real life all the time.
First thing I've ever done is wash my hands.
If you have recurring constipation and belly pain, talk to your doctor and say yes to LINZESS. Yes. LINZESS treats adults with IBS with constipation or chronic constipation. LINZESS can help relieve your belly pain and lets you have more frequent. See if you're eligible to get
Okay, 15 seconds left on the clock.
Do not give LINZESS to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm.
The ginger, I'll get to your question in a second. I see you though. All right, that was a minute on my clock, so let's give Kelly's channel a few more seconds to catch up because of the lag. And in the meantime, I will answer the Ginger Alice question. Do you ladies make your own prints or send them out to be done? I'm ordering mine from Nation's Photo Lab and then sending them out from my house, but I don't have the equipment to print my own yet. And then, Kelly, how are you doing yours again?
Well, since I showed you Nation's Photo Lab, I'm going to be using Nation's Photo Lab as well.
Yeah,
Durr.
I didn't want to speak for you.
Oh, yeah. I'll be using Nation's Photo Lab to order them, and then I'll get them shipped to me, and then make sure they're all good to go, sign them, and ship them out to you. I am saving for a printer, though, because I would like to be in charge of my own sales. And Bob also has a question for both of us, and it says, is there anything you wouldn't attempt to draw or paint because it would be too difficult?
Nope.
Kelli.
No, I mean, I might be bad at it, but that's the only way you're going to get good at it. Like hands, I hate drawing hands, but I keep practicing them anyway. Like, and eyebrows. Don't even get me started on eyebrows right now because they're horrible. Yes, Mother?
Where's the keys?
In my purse.
Go get your truck.
Why?
To put it here and up here.
It's fine.
You're not walking down there.
Well, you think I'm going to get kidnapped or something?
What you said?
Well, little Jimmy's right there. Okay, hang on. Let me go ahead and draw your winner. Let me get.
MYSTLADYARTS, are you serious? That's amazing. Oh my gosh, it's a small world after all. Yeah, y'all are awesome.
Where they are.
Yeah, Kelli has left the building. Okay. That's awesome.
I gotta find keys.
Okay.
I don't know where they are.
I'll entertain the people. Just kidding. Yeah, no, I love Nations Photo
I'm
Lab.
fine.
They are
It's like
absolutely
12 feet. I'm good.
fantastic.
Alright. Sorry, he was trying, my stepdad was trying to be nice and pull my car around so I wouldn't have to walk far, and I can't find the key, so we're just not worrying about it. Did you draw your winner?
I have my winner, but I was gonna do. Oh no, you know, what am I doing with my life? I'm so sorry.
Oh, you were talking.
I'm just talking.
I was confused.
I'm not doing anything. Poor people are like, hello.
Did we win? No.
Did we win? What happened? All right.
It's really disturbing. I don't know where my keys are.
All right. So my winner of Le Chicon is Kathleen. So
Yay!
congratulations, Kathleen.
All right. And then my winner for the Little Mermaid is Mashuda. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yay!
Yay! Here, let me write that down so I don't forget.
You're welcome, Kathleen.
Okie dokie, man.
Oh, so I don't know if you missed it, Kelli, but MYSTLADYARTS has been working at Nations Photo Lab for 4 years. Is that crazy?
Shut up! That's awesome.
That's so cool. I love
them. I love them.
I'm so glad you told me about it, Kelli. Thank you.
You are welcome.
I got my first prints from them and wanted to cry. I was so happy because I've been looking for a reasonably priced but really good printer for a long time, and I'm like, I found it.
Yeah, I attempted to be a photographer at one point in time, and I did like my aunt's husband's wrestling team, and I decided to order through there because they had all the special options to put like the names and stuff on them, and they loved how the pictures came out, so it was a really nice experience. I am, however, very introverted, and I don't like people, so I decided that I did not want to be a photographer anymore. Not that I don't like people, but I'm very, being around a bunch of people that I don't know in an environment that I don't know gives me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, me too.
And that was a place, like, I knew him. Like, he was a relative, and he asked me to do this, and I'm like, I am so nervous right now, I think I'm going to vomit.
Like, hang on. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I just can't do it. I don't know why. Like, I'm just not. And it's weird, especially being a former bartender and stuff. But when you're, like, selling yourself, it's just so different. It's different. It's very different. I don't know. I keep accidentally getting rid of my Kelli paints. All right. So, now what? You're welcome.
Did you do yours?
Oh, she said I said it right. Good, because in my head I'm like, my shooter won.
Lord.
I know, I'm goofy. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been drinking.
I'm like rolling my eyes at myself because I just asked you if you pulled your winner. You legit just did that. So yeah, my brain's fine.
Courtney, focus.
What?
Focus, girl. All right. So we have 3 live stream winners all drawn. I feel like I need to do a different prints, the ones that aren't in the in the tiers, because
that's what I did.
Yeah, let me know in the comments, you guys, which prints you would like if you because I know we've talked about this before, and I got like the main, but like if you won the big grand prize, so you already get the 3 ones that you liked for before, and if you want a live stream prize, obviously you would want a different one than the ones that you've already gotten. So let us know which ones you guys do like.
DJ says Krampus.
I love Krampus.
DJ says Krampus. Yeah.
I almost want to send him out as a gift card or a holiday card.
Yeah, you should send it out. That'd be awesome. I still like my friend Angelica Bloody Mary in the bathroom.
Dude, I was so blown away by that. I was like, why didn't I
who hasn't thought of that? Like, that's so good. Yeah.
It's genius. Like, who? Oh, man. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I love Angelica, man. Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's my girl.
Shall we? I'm gonna organize my life real quick.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
So what are you going to be doing with your channel? Are you going to you said you were still doing tutorials and things as well?
Yeah. So basically, if I run across something that I feel like I could teach you guys, like for instance, when I'm doing this huge Alice down the rabbit hole thing, there's like cloth and stuff that I think would be interesting to show you guys how to do. And then just sort of layering, like on a large, I feel like there's such an opportunity to show you things on a larger scale that I wouldn't normally be able to do on such a large scale. And there's some cinematic stuff that I'm planning on doing just for like cool videos for you guys to watch that aren't necessarily informative. The only reason I'm doing it that way is just because I got to the point where I was churning out tutorials based on like, oh, I wonder what people want to learn. But then I kind of didn't love the art, and then I was like, this isn't working. So I wanted to work on my projects and use those projects to teach you guys what you want to know about color pencil and stuff like that. So that's sort of where I'm headed. But I'm going to add some more vlogs. It's going to be more project focused, like this is what I'm working on, and then I'll read stories from time to time or chapters from books from time to time. And then if I do tutorials or reviews, it'll be having to do with the project that I'm working on. So DJ would like to know what the lady in white coming from the tube is called.
The Banshee?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was that one or if it was the lake girl. But there wasn't really a tomb in that one.
That one or the lotus or the lotus pond.
No, that was the lotus. Right. So I don't know if the Banshee was the one that DJ was wondering about. Yep, that's the Banshee.
Okay. All right. I'm wondering for the next one, should we write each other's comments as well, because that would be
more people.
It would be more people, and then you could. DJ's on your chat, and I'm not drawing from your chat either.
Oh yeah.
For the live stream. Okay, so we'll just put them.
Let's do that.
Thank you, Kathleen. Okay. The Lotus Pond one was, and the Banshee is actually one of my favorites. I really like the Banshee. I'm not gonna lie, that one's really cool to do. All right.
So shall we do one of our? Oops, sorry, I just hit the mic. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Shall we do one of our second prize winners?
Yeah.
Okay. So my second prize.
There's two of these, right?
What? Yeah.
There's
so there's two second prize winners, and each of you will be getting a 5x7 and 8x10 in a book. So my hold up. Sorry, Lord in heaven. Okay. So my second prize 5x7 is this guy. And my second prize, 8x10, is this guy, and I will show you guys on the screen. So my 5x7 is going to be this octopus, and my 8x10 is going to be this one, because so many people were crazy about this one, and it was actually one of my least favorite when I did it, but I was like, well, I'm going to throw that giveaway because a lot of people said they really liked it. So
I really like that one.
that's my pick. I know, you were like, I like that. Dusty says, both of you are so talented and your pictures are so amazing. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, that's my pack, and in the book, you'll get my book as well.
All right, so
oh, sorry, right, people. So that's what is in mine, and then do you want to tell them what's yours, and then we'll draw?
okay, yeah. So my second prize is one book, an 8x10 of Alice, and then the 5x7 of the Little Mermaid. And that will be my second prize. Is
So party. I love your work, Kelly.
thank you. I like your
I'm
work.
sitting here and fangirl a little bit. Okay. So my second prize winner, who's getting the octopus in the, oh my god, I just called it up. I can't remember, the tree and the lake. Let's see, number 287. So let me see who that is on my list. Number 287 is DJ. DJ, you won.
Yay!
Woo.
All right. Let me dig out of my confetti. Heather Bryant. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Congratulations, Heather.
Congratulations.
So awesome.
We are writing all of the winners in the descriptions of our live streams at the end, right?
We are, yes.
Okay. Just in case you guys missed the stream or whatever.
Yeah. Should we pull our second one while we're at it, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, go ahead. We have a ton of prizes to do.
Yeah, we really got to start going through some of these. And my second prize winner, who is going to get the same thing, is a number 56. So let me look up and see who number 50 is. Right, and that's a 5x7, 8x10, and a book. And number 56 is JENI LOCKE. So yay! Congratulations, JENI LOCKE.
All right, and my second prize, or second prize winner is. Get all these listed up here. Grab one. Eve Harvey Art.
Yay!
She's not here. I know that, but it is her birthday. Yeah, so that works out really good.
That's so awesome. I like having some from the comments and some from the live, because some people couldn't do one or the other. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So. Yeah, sorry. Making room for my other live stream folks. Right. Oops. I'm hearing myself again. I don't know. Just a little bit. Aw. DJ says I never won anything before. Aw.
Aw, well, now you did. Ta-da! Before we draw another winner, I have a question.
Okay.
I would like to know. It's weird. I'm not sure if do you guys like the vlogs on my channel, or like, I'm very curious to know. I mean, I would like to go the way that Inktober has led me to go, but like, because I don't have anything on my channel other than vlogs and tutorials and things like that, I feel like it would be a little bit awkward. But I'm also in the place to where like I feel like I don't like doing tutorials because I don't feel like I do it good. Like I can explain things the way I do them, but like there's always a different way for them to be done. And there's so many tutorial like why would you come to me when you have Lisa and Kirsty and like all of those? So I'm very curious to know as to what you guys think about the tutorials or the vlogs or just like the chatty videos or Inktober style videos where we just talk about things. And then, because I know you were kind of wondering about that too, weren't you, Courtney? Like what
Yeah,
people...
sorry, I was reading a comment. Miss Lady Art said this is the first time I'm discovering both of your channels, ladies, so that's really sweet. Yeah, I was curious about that too because my question was more about like I feel like when I do surveys and stuff. Of course, the last time I did a survey, I had like half the subscribers too. But I feel like when I do surveys and stuff, I don't get a whole lot of information from those. I don't know if there's a better place to put a survey or what, but I am always asking like, what do you guys know? Although I need to do a new tutorial because I promised somebody that like 3 months ago. But I'm
Thanks,
always
Bob.
wondering like I don't know what to teach because I know what I think is interesting and I know what I want to learn about and what I think I can explain well because I'm not going to give you a tutorial on something that I don't know what I'm doing on. Although that was the theme of my channel for like the first year, but I've grown. So I don't. It's hard to know when you're doing tutorials what's going to resonate with someone, what's going to resonate with your audience. Personally, I think Kelli and I have definitely gotten to a point with Inktober where we've cultivated an audience that really likes our projects and like our brain and our world and where we want to go. So I feel like tutorials that have to do with whatever we're doing is probably like more conducive. But like I've been wondering that too because it's hard to know what your audience wants. So yeah.
It is. Okay, I'm getting I'm getting a lot of I like them all. And I know that's not much help. And then Maishita says she would watch whatever video I put out. Bob says I do. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's fine. I mean, like, I like doing what I do, and I like making the videos I like to make, but, like, when I feel like I do tutorials, I'm just kind of, like, rambling instead of actually explaining anything. And, like, especially with colored pencil, I mean, there's so many times you can say work in little circles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially on, like, a 13-minute long video, it's, like, that's really the only thing that I have is work slow, take your time, go slow, make sure you put enough layers and pigment and then blend out, wait for it to dry, work in little circles. And I feel like there's only so many times that I can say that in a video before I become repetitive.
Dusty says, I love chatty videos. It makes you more of a real person instead of someone I feel is unattainable. And Miss Lady Art says she agrees with Dusty on that. And Dusty also says, I love tutorials of any kind. Yeah, and that's sort of the feeling that I was getting to is that DJ agrees. Is that like I think our personality is what is different about us because we don't. I mean, I edit my ums and stuff out, but I don't edit my breathing out. Like there are so many channels are just like there's no personality almost because it all gets edited out and it's information. So it seems like the people on my chat are saying like we really like to know what you're doing and any information you can give us is great because we just like you, which is cool. That's great.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I can relate to that, and I like making the videos that I make, but, like, I also am really a huge fan of Shark Week, and Shark Week did not go over very well, so,
right, yeah.
Like, I don't want to, like, hide myself into, like, this, okay, so now on this layer, we're going to do this, and then,
right.
Like, I'm not Bob Ross, like, there's no way that I could even, like, I'd rather have nice, chatty videos, because,
we're
like,
going to layer this color in with purple circles. Like,
yeah.
no, that's never going to be my channel.
And we're going to work in little happy circles because that's that. And it's happy. Because I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't know what I was doing here, but this is what happened.
Right.
And then this is where we ended up, and I screwed up over there, and this is how I fixed it from this area, and
Yeah, but personally, I think that's helpful. I like it when people leave their mistakes in and tell me how to fix it, because we will run into those mistakes, you know, when we're doing it, and then it's like, oh yeah, for that one, you were telling me that, you know, she fixed it this way or whatever. So I think
mean,
that's
I
helpful.
like that, and like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, for me, I feel like I'm more of the chatty person, because like I feel like there are just so many better tutorial people over there if they're going for that one specific thing.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's nice to see that everybody in the chat's really liking to get into our heads and see where we're at while we're
totally.
okay. I just want to make sure that we're all kind of on the same page, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm
Yeah,
curious
no, it's a
to
good
know
question.
because I don't have a community tab and can't ask you guys. And then Facebook
Yeah.
only sometimes gives you guys a notification when we put new videos out, so it's kind of like really hard to navigate as to what people like to watch.
Yeah.
So there's that. All right. Let's go ahead and do another live stream prize since we have like a ton of more things to draw.
Okay, so my next live stream prize will be for another 5x7. Sorry, I'll copy. Oh my gosh. And will be on a 5x7 of this chicken. And so, and yours is going to be oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm reading comments.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
This is for another 5x7 of the Little Mermaid, and then I'm going to pick a different one next time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it seems like my Shuda and they like to know what inspires us and working through the process and the mistakes and whatnot. So that's nice. Thanks, you guys. It's really nice to see all.
That's actually a good idea. Like what inspired certain things, and I'm gonna write that down. So thank you.
Yes, we need to know these things.
I need to know. Okay,
Yes.
so should our word be mermaid?
That's cool.
Okay.
All right.
So the word is mermaid, and when I tell you to go, then you're going to write the word mermaid, and we're going to combine both of our comments this time so that everybody who's on the live combined can get a shot. So, my chicken, your mermaid, word is mermaid. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good night, Jenny.
Night. Hi, Mia. I feel like there are people I completely just haven't spoken to, and I feel really bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yours. 15 seconds.
I can totally relate to that. MYSTLADYARTS. I don't like hearing the sound of my voice either. It's horrible, especially when you make your first video. It's like, oh my god, that's what I sound like.
Oh, sorry, that was a minute. So that was time, and then we'll give Kelly's channel a few more seconds to catch up because there's the lag. That's an airplane.
Yes, it is. That is a big airplane.
Oh, it's an airplane. It's a helicopter. We live literally over our wall is so that's fine.
All right. Got one new one.
Who's yours? Sorry, I'll run it. I'll go look. Sorry.
Drew VERRIER.
Drew.
Hi. I will read your comment in just a second. We're gonna draw our live stream winner here in a second.
All right. Oh my gosh, I'm somehow like brain today. What's wrong with my life? Okay. So I have. What's your total?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. Okay. All right. I will drama. See? All right. Okay, my winner for 5x7 of chicken is Mia Bob. So congratulations.
I'm like super slow over here cutting out stuff. So
She
while
has
I'm folding
requested a-
these, I can go ahead and read his question. I just clicked into your stream. So sorry if you addressed this already, but how do you go about transferring your ideas into your finished pieces, like your drafting and editing process for a piece? Well, go ahead, Courtney.
I'll go ahead and cut out. DJ has requested a potty break soon, which, yeah, we might want to give them an intermission perhaps. But for me, let me go read the question. I was like, finished pieces, drafting, editing process for a piece. So for me, I usually, it depends. If it's something that's just, I want to draw this photo, it's sort of different. But for most of my like imaginative stuff, where I'm creating my own sort of projects, I usually start out with symbolism. A lot of it has to do with stories, and so a lot of it comes from stories, and the story writing process comes first. It's a whole other thing. Um, but I get like deep into world building. Like I have almanacs with backstory and tribal wars and history and crap. Like it's stupid, but so I have like planned flora fauna of like the realm stuff. Anyway, so that's my brain. So I have a lot to work with when I go to create a project because I have that backstory. I usually pick out symbolism. I start writing down objects that might be relevant. I usually pick a color scheme depending on what I want to get across. Then I pick out my pencils or whatever I'm using that works with that color scheme. And then I basically just, if I'm working on something large, I just basically take different items, whatever, and I sort of start almost paper dolling them with tape onto the page. That's what I'm doing with Alice anyway. I'm kind of thinking through Alice.
I've done that. I've totally done.
Yeah, sort of seeing where everything goes, and then I'll transfer it on with transfer paper. And then I pretty much just start with my lightest colors and build up. But it's a continual process. I sort of have a process, but at the same time, I'm constantly like evolving. Uh, I feel like the question that a lot of people ask in the art community is where do you, or even the writing community of creatives, is where do you come up with your ideas? And I think the worst way to get an idea is to sit around trying to think of one. My best ideas have come while I'm working on something. And even if I'm working on something I hate, I feel like at that point, like something might spark my brain. And I feel like it's confluence. It's just the idea creation process is like Neil Gaiman, one of my favorite authors, he describes it as confluence. And he was like, we don't have any more ideas than anyone else. We just learn how to notice them. And I think that's really, really true because when you see things fall together, like, you know? So for me, it's like ever evolving. I don't know. What about you, Kelly?
For me, it's very different than yours. I don't know why, but like for some reason, like I'll just be thinking of something, or I'll be doing dishes and like randomly get a finished piece in my head. I don't know where it comes from or what it does, but I have this very tight image of what I want to get from my head into the paper. And then comes finding references for poses and scenes and things like that. I really like, I used to work the way you do and cut out, you know, my sketches and put them on the canvases. And I actually used to do that. And then I got the iPad Pro and Procreate, which is so much easier to kind of move and resize things so you can readjust your composition. But I'm really getting into, like with the El Kukui piece, I actually took a photo for perspective from my son's room. And then,
yeah, that was cool.
And then built on it from that. So like I knew what I wanted it to look like, and then I was like, why am I sitting here looking for references when I can just go ahead and go upstairs and get into the angle that I want, squat, and then see things from that way. And then you pick a color scheme. And I'm new to color theory, so I usually tend to do complementary colors and then one focal point color. And with Inktober, that was really easy because my focal point color was red. And then the values, I feel like Inktober was a really good thing too, because you base your values on what you want your focal point to be. So I see an idea, find some reference, figure out where I want my focal point to be, design the composition around that, and then the colors and the values to follow.
Yeah.
But it's very weird. Like I have a very specific, like how I want it to look in my head, and a lot of times it doesn't come out that way. Sometimes it comes out better. Sometimes it comes out worse.
Word.
Sometimes it comes out horrible.
I feel like my entire art journey is trying to get to the thing in my head, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna get there. But it's weird because like my process is different for every single creative outlet. Like I compose music, and
Drew won my live stream thing somewhere.
Oh, sorry. What?
I forgot to draw my winner, but Drew VERRIER, the one that asked the question, just won
cool.
Little Mermaid. Awesome. So make sure, if you did win, make sure you go to kellicourtneycollab at gmail.com and send us your address so we know where to send your prints.
Yeah. I feel like my process is different for everything I do. Like I'll be standing, I don't know, wherever, like just in a grocery store, and like a melody or like a line will come up in my head, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get home. And I'll like put it into my digital like composition thing, and I'm like, okay, I got that. Or like sometimes if it's a song with words, I'll like hum it or sing it, or not in the grocery store. I go to my car. I'm not psycho.
Yeah. Did you guys know that she composed the intro to her thing in GarageBand? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was kind of sad when you stopped using it as your intro, but like I did feel like it went with your stories better. But like, yeah, it was really cool. Like,
thing. Yeah, like, I have a winter album coming, so that'll be a whole thing. But yeah, so that it just comes to me, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go write that. And then when it comes to thanks, Kathleen. And then when it comes to writing, I feel like I don't feel like I'm creating so much as I feel like I am like transcribing. Characters come to me fully formed, pieces of information come to me and just like whatever. And a lot of authors will tell you that process is BS, but it's absolutely not. Like my characters make their own decisions. Like I've changed the plot because the character said so, you know what I mean? So that's like how the way that you're saying things come to you for art, it's like fully formed. Like I rarely have that with art. But I always have that. That's how I do all my writing. And I do outline it, but it's almost like I'm interviewing ghosts in a way, you know, like these characters are very real to me. So
yeah, like
that's writing.
The hardest part about like English class and like writing like reports or whatever, and they would teach you how to like brainstorm and web, and I'm like, I can't work like this. Like I just can't. And now
#reasons I'm not a teacher.
It makes sense that I'm like, I don't even believe you. And then you go back to art class and they give you these big old hunky pencils and this newsprint and expect you to do something with it. And like I'm so angry that YouTube wasn't around when I was in high school, because I feel like I'd be a lot further on than I am now. So it's just very weird, like the whole thing. And then like the whole you can't write a book and publish it yourself thing, it wasn't like a reality back then either. You had to pray for your fingers to be crossed, you know, like, do I get this or do I not get it? And then now
make a sacrifice to the sentence structure goddess.
Yeah, like having somebody else be in control of what you create just irritates me.
Yeah, I think we live in a pretty revolutionary time. We're kind of in the frontier of the gatekeepers leaving their gates, and now the gatekeepers are the people who we wanted to give our stuff to in the first place, and I think it's fantastic. Yes, I am doing NaNoWriMo.
Yeah, that's what I like about that the most, is that, you know, like even with podcasts, like the people get to decide, you know, like so many authors' books got turned away and turned off because one person didn't think it was worthy. And it's like,
absolutely.
It's like, I can't, you know what I mean? And then Gary Vanderchuck says that all the time. He's like, don't listen to them.
Right.
Like ever. Like who told you that?
You know what I mean?
Need to make this decision.
And also, I think it's cool because I can never say the name correctly. It's like the Sonara Chronicles or I can't say that name. I don't know why I can't remember it. But I watched that Chronicle series be developed in oh Lord, I'm gonna forget Wattpad, and it was free to everybody, and the author got input and everything, and now it's like a movie series, and it was just exciting. And it drives me Sonara, thank you, yeah, Shannara, yeah, Dustin, I don't talk about. Yeah, the Shannara Chronicles. So I watched that develop on Wattpad, and I was just like, oh wow, that's a really cool story. And then all of a sudden, it was like, dang, somebody took their NaNoWriMo project and just like went to town. Like that's fantastic.
That's really awesome, dude.
It's so cool, and it drives me crazy when I hear people say, like creators will say things like, like, oh, that never happens to me. I'm like, how is this a bad thing? This is so exciting because somebody just like us got there, and that would never happen 10 years ago. Like,
sure.
literally. And so I just think it's exciting.
It is very exciting. I think it's really cool, especially now too with like all the artists doing Kickstarters and
absolutely
just making like, and their stuff is like, my Christmas list is so long.
Right.
Just with like other artists, art prints and art books and
yeah,
over projects and stickers and like, I'm like,
yeah,
holy crap! Like, this is some really cool stuff that we're able to have access to. Even, I mean, I remember when I was excited when AOL came out. Like, we would be sitting there with the dial-up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you couldn't talk to somebody. Like, this would not be possible. You know what I mean? Like, what we're doing. You're in California and I'm in Michigan, and
yeah,
like, it just wouldn't be possible back then. And it's like you have so much access to all of these things, which is awesome.
I think it's a beautiful thing. The things of, I mean, this collaboration would not have been possible, without the ability to connect. And so I just think, as much as I definitely have some suspicions about technology, at the same time, I think it's a beautiful thing. Like when it gains sentience, I'm out, guys. But other than that, it's going to start with the ATM machines. I'm just letting you know. But no, I think it's just amazing. And it drives me nuts. Other artists are not your competition. They're your community. And the more successful one of us becomes, the more successful the rest of us become, because it snowballs. Like who just reads one author or who just views one person's art? That's not a real thing. And so we're all, together in this, and I think it's a crazy cool time to be a creator.
I have to read this. Hang on. Okay, so Jenny Locke is back, and she said, back. Someone cut their leg last night, but had waited until now just to come to get attended to. Are you a nurse? I'm assuming you're a nurse, or you work in an ER or something. Oh my god. Like, how you wait that long? Like, how bad was it? Like, that's so funny. Oh, people are crazy. And then MYSTLADYARTS is saying that she has a similar feeling with Kelli. I created my channel around the early 2000s, and I'm just now starting to get more serious about making videos. I concur. Like, it's weird. I didn't even know that YouTube was like a thing, and I came across, like, I was trying to learn how to do something and I couldn't remember what it was, and then I came across Lisa's channel, and it was back when I didn't even know how to comment on a video or it's before I figured out that you actually had to have an account to actually do anything social on the channel. And I mean, and this is just 2 years ago. Like, I knew nothing about YouTube.
Yeah.
And I decided to do it too, but not so much as to, I mean, the tutorials came out because, like, people are searching for things, and that's what they teach you is to do, to make videos and titles off of what people are searching for. But it's also weird because you see all of the other art YouTubers that are vlogging that are doing really well that aren't using searchable titles. So I'm like, okay, I have no idea what to do. Like, maybe if we do Inktober with this, and hang on. Jenny replied. She said she was dog sitting and her slipper was full of blood. And yes, I am a nurse. And the nurse LED. Oh my god. right. Well, dog sitting. I can relate. That's cool. I would wait a minute if I had to watch my dog, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's funny. I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, that's like I knew that I started making videos so I would because I haven't touched a pencil since high school, and I was like graduated in 2003. And I obviously didn't know that there were certain techniques that you could do to get better at art. And I only learned what I had in art school with my giant pencil that they give you with that humongous lead and the newsprint.
Yeah.
And I just knew nothing, and I knew nothing about light fastness or nothing. I mean, like I picked it up really quickly, but it was just something. And I'm like, okay, I decided to do the channel so I would make more art. And that's what happened. And then Inktober happened, and now I'm really into projects. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm really
Dusty
excited.
Ward. Oh, sorry. Dusty Ward on my channel says, I'm chronically ill and I can't leave my house very much, and YouTube has helped me get through pain and depression. I think that's beautiful. That's amazing.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
I can
As
relate to
somebody
it's
who
funny.
has fibromyalgia and arthritis, I can relate. And I was chronically ill. I mean, maybe I can't relate to your specific situation, but it's nice to be able to have a community when you can't get out into the community for sure. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, I feel the same way. Dusty says, I feel like the people on here are my real friends. Yeah. And it drives me nuts sometimes when people are like, well, what about they're your online friends. I'm like, there are people behind you realize, like, I'm not just talking to computers here, like there are people behind that, you know? And I think it's really cool.
I do too. I especially with me, like I'm a special needs mom, and it's really hard to connect with like friends and family because like a lot of people don't understand the situation that I'm in. They don't understand it unless they're actually living it, and so it's like hard for me to hang out with other people and their normal kids while you know, like it's just not something. It's very hard. I don't like to do it, and it's like I see a lot of people be very unappreciative of their, I don't even know how the proper words, like average, normal, whatever. And, you know, they take a lot of things for granted, and things that people would kill for. Like, I have an 11-year-old nonverbal. Like, I would kill for my daughter to be able to just call me a B word at some point. Like, my fingers are crossed for that. And then you have other people complaining about it. So it's hard for me to connect with in-life people because they don't really understand. So I do feel like YouTube is my community as well. So I can relate.
Yeah, on my channel, or sorry, on my thing over here, Kathleen says, I totally understand, the same boat here. Kathleen said, fibrochronic migraines and epilepsy, YouTube and art are Victoria DJ says, I have spinal stenosis and depression, got into art to relieve myself of frustration. So this is freaking awesome. Like, I think it's just so amazing, the kind of community that, like, this would never happen without these platforms. And I think it's pretty awesome. So
I do too. Yeah, it's awesome. I do definitely think it's awesome. And I'm 100% believing in the whole art therapy thing because I feel like had I not reached for something, I mean, like I was just sitting at home while I went to school and I was cleaning and there was nothing that was mine anymore. And I decided to change that. You know, I didn't need to do it for any other reason than to just have something other than being a mom that I could do. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody could relate to that.
Your identity back too.
Yeah, like I felt like that's what I was known at. Like I'm more than just that. Like I had all these other things. And then, you know, it just all of a sudden just went away. And then, you know, like all of a sudden you realize you're like revolving around dishes and laundry and it's like, you know what? No, I need something that's just mine. And
that's awesome.
That's why I started YouTube basically.
Yeah. Dusty says, Dusty commented and said, I was in bed crying when you guys came on, and just being here and talking helps distract me. I have chronic pancreatitis, migraines, and some other stuff. So, I don't know. We love you. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad we could be a distraction. So.
Yes, I'm glad we're here and we're distracting you too. I hope you're feeling better.
I know. I hope you get better real soon.
You're not alone, that's for sure. There's
Feeling better.
somebody definitely feeling the same way you are, so don't ever feel like that.
Yeah. So true.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
people suffer in silence all the time, so.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Kathleen says we've all found our tribe here. I think that's really true too. And I mean, Kelly and I kind of bonded because she's a special needs mom, and I worked in special education for 3 years, and I'm on the spectrum. And so there's a lot of misconceptions. Like I had some people. I most of the time that I feel, at least for in my experience, most of the time the teachers are good and they try their hardest. But there's a lot of and there's a lot of like stereotypes, surrounding things, and sometimes the administrators are not necessarily interested in how do I put this? I feel like it's sort of an average focused environment. So I feel like the school system as we have it here in the States is very like if you are the average student who comes in, doesn't make a fuss, does their work, and becomes a good employee, then we're happy with you and you're who we exist for. If you're super high performing or you have any kind of special needs, we have no idea how to deal with you. And we're just going to get you out the door into the next door until you're out in the world and have no idea what to do. And that was sort of what turned me off about it because I'm like, we're not doing enough for the community. Like if I had known, because I didn't actually know what I had. I didn't know I was on the spectrum until I was, in my 20s. When I started this job, I started the cases that I would have and the kids I would work with. I was kind of like, well, that's familiar. Like when people were like, what is wrong with this kid? I'm like, what's wrong with you? I know what's wrong. Like he moved his Legos, like whatever it was. And I could see it because it's a different operating system. And so it made me good at my job, but it also made me frustrated because it was just like, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, I feel like that these kids have so much to offer the world, and they are going to light this place on fire, and it's going to be amazing. And I've just seen so much talent and so much amazingness be squashed by a system that doesn't get them. And I feel like Kelly and I really bonded when we started talking and realized that we both had experience with special needs in one way or another. And I don't know, building these communities is just like awesome. And so I'm just really glad to have this tribe, and I'm really glad we did Inktober. So.
Yeah, me too. It was a lot of fun, and to connect with somebody, like to have somebody that, like Courtney, that understands the importance of being consistent, and you know what I mean. Like it's to have somebody to be like, oh, I got another subscriber, or somebody said this to me today, or this is the video I want to make. What do you think about, like, to have somebody that actually totally understands what you're trying to do with what you're doing?
Yeah.
It's very relatable, and it's very easy to connect a little bit.
Yeah, Kathleen says years ago I was a sign language interpreter in elementary schools. I wanted to strangle some of the teachers and aides who didn't have a clue about special needs kids. Yeah, I can relate to that, definitely. I had have to be like careful. I'll keep it very vague. But there was a teacher who said something really rude to one of the kindergartners that I was working with at the time, it was a few years ago. And the girl came up to me and was just like crying. And she was like, I'm bad. I'm bad. And I just wanted to like cry because I was like, no, you're not. You're not the problem here. You know what I mean? So it's nice to find a community of people who have hearts and understand that, everybody's different and that's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, that is fine. Oh, Big Bob's. All right, Bob. Bob wants us to draw more winners.
Fine, Bob.
I guess we only have about a half hour left, so we probably should do that. Thanks for keeping us back on track, Bob. All right.
Bob's like, this is sweet and everything, but can we get back to the prizes?
Yeah, we definitely can. Okay, so we have 5.
We all need Bob in our
I know, Bob's awesome. We need, what? Roberts. Okay, so we have 5 third prize winners. Should we do those, or should we do the live stream prizes, or just rotate?
Do the third prize.
Third prize? I can't hear you.
I'm so sorry because you are missing out on some celiac-friendly pie.
Can you hear me?
I hear it. That's
Oh,
about it.
okay. Hey, Ma.
No, I couldn't.
Wish I could take you with me.
Yeah, 1 second.
You done?
That's the thing, man.
Oh,
Thank you. I texted you a while ago, but you didn't answer me. Thanks, Mom.
But just because.
All right. So the third prize winners is getting 1 5x7 and 1 8x10, correct?
Correct.
All right. Go ahead and show your stuff there, girl.
Okay. So, all right. So let's see third prize. Why don't I have third prize listed anywhere? The prize on there. Okay. Let me find my third prize winner. That one. That one. Oh, right. Got it right in front of my face. Okay. So the 5x7 for my third prize winner, my 5x7 is the pirate. And the 8x10 is this one, which was day 15. So this is my 8x10. Okay. My first. Did you share yours while I was getting mine?
Mm-mm.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What are we doing? Oh, okay.
5x7, 8x10. Third.
All right. So
Prize.
the 8x10 is Alice, and then the 5x7 is the Little Mermaid because these were the most popular. So,
Cool.
all right.
All right.
Are we gonna draw all 5 in a row?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay. Yes, we don't have to keep re-showing. Go ahead and do yours.
Okay. So, for this one in the pirate, my first third prize winner was number 114. So let me look that up. That was Miss Shuda.
Yay!
Yay! Are we just going all in a row like that?
You can go ahead and do all 5.
Okay. My second third prize winner is 288, which is Christina Carr. I don't know if I've seen her around tonight.
I don't think she's on tonight. I think.
Okay. But Christina Carr was my second. My third prize, third prize winner is 109, which is Kathleen. Congratulations, Kathleen. I can't talk. You know what I mean. Good job. My fourth third prize winner was HARVEY Art, number 215 on my spreadsheet. Yay!
She's got all kinds of goodies for her birthday.
I know. And my last one was 48, which I haven't seen her around either, but it was Charlie MATTOX.
Yeah, she's not on tonight, I don't think.
Okay, so those are mine.
Okay. Let me dig in my pot. I feel like there's too much to get into. Okay.
Oh, it's Langle. I'm sorry. Langle.
All right. My first third prize winner is Charlie MATTOX.
Yay!
And then my second third prize winner is JENI LOCKE.
Congrats, Jenny.
And my third prize winner is Michael MC EWAN?
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and show him that. I don't think he's on tonight, but we'll. And I have a feeling that we're gonna have to switch up some of the prints because JENI won my first prize one. My fourth third prize winner is NESS G.
Congrats, Nana.
God, Bob, where's your name at in here?
What you get for the moment, Bob.
I draw JENI again, so should I pick a different one or?
It's up to you. I mean, it's the same thing, so probably.
Yeah. Sorry, JENI. Unless you.
I'll be right back. I have a solid situation. Hang on.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. And MYSTLADYARTS. So we're probably going to have to go through and the ones that got doubles, talk to you about getting some different ones. Oh no, the puppy sounds like it's having a hard time. All right, so. Puppy, okay?
Yeah, sorry. Oh, you saw my snatch leggings.
No, Bob, your name's in there like 100 times. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to draw you as a print.
All right. I thought my dog wanted to be lifted up, but she did not. And I scared her and she did.
She's like, I didn't tell you to touch me.
She's like, excuse me. I was in trouble. Sorry.
Yes, you were. Okay, so.
I'm sorry. Poor dog. Apparently her peripheral vision was. Oh, they wanted to know how Puppy's doing. She is doing okay. We are waiting for her surgery. So I was trying to pick her up to bring her in and show you guys if she could say hi, and I scared her. No, she wants nothing to do with me. So that's okay. But she's still sort of limping around. I don't know, she's kind of miserable because she can't like jump and stuff like that like she used to. But like she's getting around, she's hanging in there. But I was going to introduce her to the stream, but apparently she's like, excuse me, I can give you permission for that. So, anyway.
Okay. All right. So all we have left is 6 live stream winners.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to do some rearranging unless you guys want doubles of the prints. So I'm definitely gonna be chatting via email to make sure you guys get. So that'd be kind of silly. It'd be a lot of doubles.
Congratulations, you won 17 mermaids. Thanks.
Yeah,
I guess.
Alrighty then. Alright.
Right.
My Shuda says she knows what Bob's getting for Christmas. Me too. So funny.
I've got to say, this lipstick has like honey in it. It's, if anybody cares, it's the NYX Intense Butter Gloss. And it's awesome. And I love it. This one's very strudel, but like, I'm surprised. Nothing, not a beauty channel, I'm just saying. Nothing that I put on my lips lasts longer than like an hour. So this is pretty awesome. I love it.
That is awesome.
The more you know. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm zoning out here. Alright. Alright, so we have 6 live stream winners left to do.
Yep.
And then, did you want to do the too much information tag?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Alright, let me find it over.
Oh, Kathleen says, FYI, this is Epilepsy Awareness Month and purple is our color. That's awesome.
That works out good. Alright, which word should we use? And let's find some different prints here because I need to veer away from Alice and the Little Mermaid. Otherwise, that's all everybody's going to get.
Could use the word awesome.
Awesome?
Yeah.
Alright. Which one should I do? Red Riding Hood or Lotus Pond?
There's always, did you bring, oh, Baba Yaga?
Yes, I did bring Baba Yaga.
Because that one was pretty awesome.
I really like Baba Yaga too. Fun, Baba Yaga. Or should I do Krampus? Somebody said Krampus earlier, right?
Oh, Krampus. Yeah, I think it was DJ. I'm not sure.
All right, let's do. All right, I'm gonna do Krampus this time.
Yes.
So.
I love that one.
So, hang on, they're having some kind of conversation in here. Doll versus Prince. I will take the Prince all day. Big lump of coal. You guys are a mess. Alright. Alright, so this is the 5x7 you'll be getting if you win this one. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do this. I'm like slow today. There we go.
Okay.
Alright, and the word is awesome, and we are going to be setting.
Wait, hang on. Have I shown mine?
No.
No, I haven't. Okay.
I just realized that.
Slow your horses. Okay.
I know.
Mine is day one because a lot of people like this one too. So this one will be my 5x7. Okay. All right. I will throw a minute on the clock here. And the word is awesome and go.
I'm gonna need you to tell me yours because I'm getting the too much information tag stuff together.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I have DJ Mia, I'm counting that. Kathleen, Dusty, Shuda, Bob, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. The Ginger Owl. All right, like 5 more seconds. All right. And then we'll give it a few more seconds on Kelly's.
All right. The only one I got from your channel was the Ginger Owl. What was the other ones?
I have DJ, Mia, Kathleen, Dusty, Mashuda, and then I got 2 off of yours.
I have Big Bob, my
Andrew.
Sherry, Andrew Verrier.
Okay, cool. So 9 together. All right.
Yep.
All right, so I will draw one.
Yes, I'm like super cool and I gotta cut mine out.
So this is hilarious. Since it's the same print and there's 2 of each, do you want to draw twice in this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So my first winner for that one was Bob.
Yay! Bob won!
You won.
Holla!
Okay. Oh, that's why. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, sorry. Bob. Oh my gosh. Hang on. I'm sorting my life. All right. And my second winner is. My second winner is Mashuda.
Hi, Margaret. Congratulations, Miss Shuda. Hi, Sherry.
DJ says, I feel like we're doing over day 8 or something.
All right, we're so cool. All right. Sorry, I'm almost done folding mine. That gotta be old school. All right, so I'm drawing 2 out of here, and both winners will get the Krampus 5x7. All right. You're not late, Margaret. We're fine. We still drawing all kinds of winners. DJ28, you get Krampus.
Yeah, no, DJ one Krampus. Yes.
Alright.
DJ's very excited.
Yes, you are going to have to get a lot of frames, my Shuda. Bob, I got you! Yay! Good Bob.
You're welcome, DJ. Or, I don't know why I'm saying you're welcome. DJ says thank you.
You are welcome.
Sorry.
Okay, so let's take a quick break and do some of these too much information tags.
TMI tag? Okay, I'm going to look it up real quick so I know what I'm getting myself into.
Oh, Lord. Some of these are so dirty.
Oh, I don't know.
Alright, so let's start with...
If it's like gross, I'm not doing it.
No, let's start with what's your zodiac sign?
Okay, I'm an Aquarius.
You're an Aquarius?
I am such an Aquarius.
That's why we get along. My hubby's an Aquarius.
Jeez, I keep getting the right stuff.
When's your birthday?
February 1st.
February 1st? Okay.
Yeah.
This is in January. What's your favorite show? Oh, I'm sorry. I am a Virgo. My birthday's on 9/11. So, you know, nobody forgets my shit.
Yeah.
Saying.
Pisces. Hopefully,
What did you say?
Miss Lady said she was a Pisces, and I was like, I see that.
Nice. Nice.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
Mia Vox's birthday's the 2nd. How crazy.
What?
Mia Vox's birthday is the day after mine.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kathleen's an Aries, DJ's a Sagittarius.
Good
Scorpio, Ginger Owl,
Right.
Aries, Dusty Board. Man, we got the whole, like, constellation.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know. The whole, you know, cosmos. Sorry, people.
What's your favorite show?
I have to pick one.
Yeah, just pick one. Okay, mine right now. Oh man. All right, so on Netflix, it's The Haunting of Hill House, and on the television, it's Last Man Standing. I love me some Tim Allen on a Friday night. It reminds me of TGIF.
I'm sorry.
What did you say?
A Million Little Things.
Oh, my mom really likes A Million Little Things. I haven't watched that yet.
Hey.
It used to, yeah, mine used to be Grimm. I used to like Grimm, and then they canceled it. I
Yeah.
don't want to talk about it. I'm very I'm upset. What is your favorite color? Did you answer yourself?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I asked you first last time, so I thought we'd just
telling you.
I need to switch to coffee, that's for sure.
I know. So my favorite show, that's kind of a hard one. I'm gonna go by genre, I guess, because I really like shows, but I am really behind on like sorry view of, but I'm totally just in love with Thrones. And I know I'm like late on that one because it's almost done, but I'm super in love with Game of Thrones right now. I'm also a huge Big Bang Theory fan for like comedy stuff. And Criminal Minds, I'm just saying in real life, I married Matthew Gray Googler. That's all I'm saying. So I watch Criminal Minds because I do love the show, but like Reed is just.
Is he the cutie patootie that hangs out with the computer chick?
No, he's the nerd.
The one with the long hair?
Yeah.
Okay. Margaret is saying that she's a Leo and her favorite show on Netflix is Van Helsing, and on TV it's NCIS. I can relate to the NCIS thing. I cried when Tony left and Ziva left, and then I couldn't watch Abby leave, so I quit watching. And watching Gibbs get old is very sad. I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. I can't. I'm just sad. Miss Lady Art says she's watching the last 6 seasons of Last Man Standing on Hulu.
And I guess if we're talking about like nightly shows, I am obsessed with John Oliver. Like my life stops if he has a show like on right now. So I am a huge John Oliver fan. I think he's fantastic. But that's not really like what people think of when they think of show. I feel like, but yeah.
No, that because it doesn't have like a season. Like Ellen, yeah, like it doesn't count. It's like a daily show. That's not like a weekly show.
Yeah, it is. John Oliver's is weekly.
Oh, okay, whatever.
And he takes a hiatus like every 3 weeks and still wins Emmys. So whatever.
Oh, he does. I don't like to watch. The only one I like the late light is like Jimmy Fallon, just because I think he's funny. I don't know why. I think he's comical. Yeah, Bob, I agree with you. I don't know if the show will last with the new Mandy. I couldn't believe that they switched her out, so I'm really hoping that she got like a movie deal or something to where she couldn't come back, and maybe she'll come back later. I heard that Mandy
didn't want to come back, and that's why she didn't come back.
Really?
I asked Mama. I was like, why didn't they come back? I don't understand. And she was like, they didn't want to come back, and I was like, well.
Yeah, it makes me sad because she was my favorite.
Yeah.
She was my favorite. I mean, the whole show works really well together, but like they already went through a sister change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
this is not Doctor Who. Get it together.
Yeah, you can't keep changing characters, and if they were gonna do that, they would have just left it off the air. Because I was like really upset when I watched the first ones. Game of Thrones, Bob says, all the way. I haven't watched any of them yet. I gotta wait till they all come out so I can watch it all at once.
Yeah. I'm like dying right now. I'm like Daenerys. I have like a girl crush on Daenerys. I don't even know my life.
Do you have a meaning behind your YouTube name?
My name is Courtney Hers, and I do art.
My name is Kelli, and I'll paint. Hello.
Yeah.
Last book you've read?
Oh. Is it going to be the one I'm reading or like the one I finished? I'm reading The Outsider by Stephen King, which is pretty fantastic. But I'm biased. He could probably write like a nursery rhyme.
Are you listening to it or reading it?
I'm listening to it, but whatever. But the last book that I read, the last book I read and finished was actually one of my favorite books I think I've ever read to date, outside of the standards like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and stuff. But it was Neil Gaiman's The Ocean at the End of the Lane, and was I've read it probably 4 times, and I get something new out of it. I think it's the best book he's ever written. So, yeah.
I have a confession. I have never read a Stephen King novel.
Stop.
I want to. Okay, but
collab is over.
I have a thing to say though, because has anybody watched Dexter? Have you watched Dexter?
Sorry.
You haven't watched Dexter. Okay. I wasn't big on it when it was out, but I watched it on Netflix. And the last episode just blew my mind. And then 2 months later, they released Stephen King's Pet Sematary on Audible, and the guy from Dexter was reading it. So like that's Pet Sematary is going to be my first Stephen King novel. I cannot wait to read that. I'm so excited.
And I will tell you, as somebody who's read almost all of his books, that is a good choice. I love Pet Sematary, and just please make me a promise that you won't watch that Forsaken movie before you finish the book.
No, I don't like to watch movies and books. Like the whole thing just bothers me. I don't. Yeah. The book's always better. I don't know.
The book is always. I have a shirt that says the book is always better, and I went to watch it, like Pennywise. I went to watch the movie It with a shirt on that said the book was better, and yeah, I got some.
Oh, okay. Bob said Mandy opted out of her contract because she had an upcoming movie, and she's also done episodes recently on Brockmire. I've never heard of that show.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Good for her.
Okay, yeah. I had a feeling that, because she's really good, so I can picture her being in a movie, because she was my favorite. I mean, I love me some Tim Allen and everybody in there, but, like, she was the one that just makes you giggle.
Yeah. Did anybody else grow up on Improvement, or is it just me?
Oh, no.
I love.
I love the guy, and I love the fact that he has his home improvement people guest spotting on there sometimes.
Yes.
It's awesome.
That's amazing.
The last book that I read was, what do you call it? It's Touched by A.S. Samore. I know they had to translate it. I think she's French, but it's actually really good. I really liked it. All right, let's do one more question, and then we'll draw 2 more winners, and then do some more of these.
Okay.
Let's see.
More airplanes. Sorry.
You're good. What's your favorite quote?
Oh.
I feel like that one's too hard.
No, it's not. I thought it was somewhere. I actually know what it is, and I just like, I don't know. There is a favorite quote that I have, and I can't, for the life of me, I can't think of it right now.
Okay, I'll go ahead and read. Mine's kind of goofy. It's from the Charlie Davison book series, and it's, when life gives you lemons, keep them, because hey, free lemons. Charlie Davison. And
I like that one.
I can live by that motto. So
Mine is actually from book. You can read a question if you want while I'm looking this up.
Oh, you found it?
I did.
Okay.
Well, there's actually 2, but the first one is something that Gandalf says in Lord of the Rings, and he says, "All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." And I think that is every time I read that, when I go back and read it, I get chills. I think that's fantastic. And then I think the ending part when Frodo, I think it's at the end, I read it again, but there's one where Frodo says, "How do you pick up the threads of an old life when in your heart you begin to understand that there is no going back?" And I just I like things that make me think. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the one that I'm eventually probably going to tattoo somewhere in Elvish on my body, which is "I am no man," but that I like for a completely different reason. But Kathleen says she likes the quote, "The world laughs in flowers" by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And then while we're on the subject of quotes, I suppose there is my personal philosophy of diplomacy, which is from, oh my gosh, what is his name? I say it all the time. He's a politician. Oh, goodness. I cannot remember this man's name for the life of me. He's very, everybody knows him.
Okay, well, it's going to be like 2 minutes.
Okay, but basically the quote is, "The art of diplomacy," or diplomacy is the art of telling someone how to go to hell in such a way that they ask for directions. And I like that quite a lot.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, that one, that's life pretty much in a nutshell right there. I've got to look up who that is because it's driving me crazy. It's someone really obvious to me.
Right. Okay, let's pick another print, and then we'll do 2 more winners, and then we'll do some more questions.
Okay.
Because we're coming up on 3 hours now.
Yep. Winston Churchill. Sorry.
Winston.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's a good quote maker upper dude. Because I'm professional, so I speak like that. Alright, so I think I'm gonna do Will-O-Wisp this time.
Okay.
So,
and I'm going to be giving away the 5x7 of this one, the UFO one.
So we're doing 2 of these, right?
Yep.
Alright.
So, what do we want the word to be?
I guess we can just say quote since we were just talking about
I was just thinking that. Yeah, let's do it.
All
right, so I will put a minute on the clock. The word is quote. And your time starts now. Mia you're not wrong. She said face pie.
Oh, I guess I should actually get the right paper here.
I'm hearing myself again. All right, let's see. Yeah.
My shoe.
Okay, that was a minute, and then we'll give Kelli's channel a chance to catch it. Make sure I have everybody's. Yep. All right. I have, let's see. One, two, oops, sorry. That was really loud. My first winner is Sherry Graham.
How many did you have total?
Oh, sorry, I had 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm missing one.
I had DJ, Dusty, Mia, Ginger Owl.
Ah, Dusty. There it is.
Okay. Yep, so my first winner was Sherry Graham. You get a 5x7 of the and let's see. DJ won again. So DJ gets a UFO. Awesome. Congratulations, guys. Okay.
My first winner is Mia Vox. You get a Will o' the Wisp print. And
You're welcome, DJ.
And Dusty.
Yay! Congrats.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, you guys can hear me shuffling my papers.
Oh, you're good. Okay, I'm gonna go right into another question.
Yeah, do it.
Something you really miss.
Oh man. Don't stop. I don't necessarily miss being young, but I miss the simplicity of youth. I miss the time of my life when I was unaware of certain things, yeah. So there's something about when you're younger that, I don't know, there's a sort of protection around youth. Well, there should be, not for everybody, but even when things go wrong, there's a sort of there's a level of I don't know, darkness that's sort of kept out of that realm, and I do kind of miss that. Like, I miss choir a lot. I miss high school choir quite a lot because it was like a community of people that were very much like me, and it was like a tribe, and Yeah, college was a little bit lonely because I didn't have that anymore. And I mean, I enjoyed college, but you know, it's just I miss choir and I miss that time of my life quite a bit because it was sort of a blissful time. You know what I mean? So I do miss that.
No, I can't relate to that. I hated high school.
Sorry.
I like graduated and disappeared. I was like, I'm out. I left. I was gone. Somehow I ended up in a completely different city, which I mean, I'm glad I did. I feel like I got a new family with the new job. But one thing I do miss, I do honestly, I miss being able to not have to schedule leaving the house. That is one thing that I miss, and that's, I mean, well, I mean, not leaving the house alone. Like, it's hard to manage when you have children now, and then sometimes they stay home from school, or you know what I mean, like the school can call at any moment, and you have to go pick up somebody because somebody has a fever, or this or that, or this. Like, I miss the ability to just go and do as I please, but I don't because like I like having the things, you know, like the family that you have to work around too. So, but I do miss being able to just go and do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like if I want to go to the store at 9 o'clock at night and I want to hurry up and make a Michael's trip and go get this one paintbrush that I want, or you know what I mean, like simple stuff like that. Drew here says one of his favorite quotes is "Happiness held is the seed, happiness shared is the flower" by John Harrington.
Oh, I love that.
That is a really good quote. I really like that.
There was another quote that I thought of that I heard the other day that came to mind when we were off on another subject. But somebody said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And
Yeah.
I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
One. That is a brilliant one.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that they miss their grandparents. Bob is saying that if he knew then what he knows now, he would have done things a lot different. And I think everybody can relate to that one because I do feel definitely that I would have done a couple of things a lot differently. What's your favorite band?
Oh. My mic just like did something weird. Sorry.
I feel like it's taken me like a whole hour to drink this one beer.
I feel like, oh, I'm so sorry, DJ. DJ's grandmother passed away 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear
that. Favorite band? I don't have a band, but like artist. I'm super addicted right now. I'm on like a Florence and the Machine kick and an Aurora kick. So I definitely, they're not really bands. As far as like actual bands, what is with my brain? They did the song Thunder.
Imagine Dragons.
Thank you. I really like them quite a lot, and I'm a huge AWOL Nation fan as well.
What was that last one? What was that last band you said?
Disturbed.
Oh, okay. I think I remember. Is that the Click Click Boom?
I don't know all their songs. They did 10,000 Fists in the Air or something like that, but if you have not heard the Disturbed version of Sound of Silence, you have no idea what you're missing in your life. I highly recommend. You're
gonna have to message me that later for sure. I think I'm gonna have to say my favorite band is right now it's Marianas Trench. They're a Canadian band. They're very similar to like Fall Out Boy here in the U.S. And I'm a big fan of my Imagine Dragons, but I'm also a very classic. I'm very old soul. I really like AC/DC, and I love Motown. I could listen to Temptations all the time. I don't know. I have a very weird taste in music. I feel like I listen to a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So for me to say that I have a favorite, I have a trending right now kind of
right.
I listen to. You know?
I still love me some Shania Twain, too, I'm not gonna lie.
I honestly, I
do.
wanted to listen to her new stuff, but like I couldn't, like I keep forgetting to like try to find it.
Oh, that's the yes, I love them. My Chemical Romance, yes. Oh, when DJ says my mother is in the hospital. Jeez, that is so rough. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, how do I go back?
Love to.
Oh, I missed what my Sheeta said. I'm sorry, but
I listen to everything. I listen to a mixed bag. Like my playlist are nuts. Like one day I can listen to the Magic Flute because I'm like, if Mozart was alive now, I'd be fangirling like real hard. But I love Mozart. So the Magic Flute is like one of my favorite operas. And then it's not a band, but I have had Hamilton on repeat since I found out that it existed. So that's another thing. I like music.
I like music too. I'm actually really into because I like lore. I guess Chad Lawson just released a nice album, so I'm actually really interested in downloading that because I feel like it'd be really good art music.
Yeah.
You know, very like piano like. And I guess we could talk about that too. What's your favorite podcast? Or do you listen to podcasts?
I do because you like beat me into listening to lore, and now I'm addicted. So I listen to lore, but I listen to Lisa's podcast with John and the Color Pencil podcast. But I'm not a huge. I don't know. My mind wanders when I listen without a visual aid. So I'm not like I've never really been into like radio or anything. It drives me crazy. But I like lore because of the mood. It's a little bit slower pace. Like AM radio drives me crazy, but I like lore quite a bit.
Who drives you crazy?
AM radio, like when it's just pop, you know, that kind of talking. So a lot of podcasts are like that, and it absolutely drives me insane. I also like the self-publishing podcast. I don't know what it's called, but it's by the people who are behind Unicorn Western and those books, and they write a lot of books. But it's really good. Maybe it's not the self-publishing. What do they call? I can't think of anything. Silver and Stone is their brand, but they're like a collective. Anyway, I'll put it in the description when my brain works again. But yeah, they're awesome.
Oh, okay. My Sheeta says her daughter has 2 originals on YouTube. She won her local talent contest and was able to record her 2 originals with a local producer. That's awesome.
That is so cool.
That is
Congrats
so cool.
to her.
Oh, will you I want to see that. I need the link to those YouTube videos.
Yeah, email it to the email address.
Yeah, email it to kellicourtneycollab@gmail.com. I would love to see that. She was 15 when this happened.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
Impressive. Okay, so obviously my favorite podcast is lore, but I'm also getting down on the other 2 that he has. Unobscured is like a whole season of going into the Salem witch trials right now for this season, and I am totally engulfed in it. Cabinet of Curiosities is great, and then I listened to Lisa and John's, but I haven't listened to them in a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I did either, but
yeah, well, I feel like it's like there's only so much you can talk about.
Right.
And they have over 100 episodes on Color Pencil, but there is certain things that I want to go back and listen to. But I'm really into the SBS Learn podcast now. That's really cool.
Oh, I didn't know they had one.
Oh yeah, they launched it. It's Jake Parker, Will Terry, and Lee White, and I absolutely love Lee White.
Third something perspective.
3-point perspective. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really good. I really like that, especially if you want to be a children's book illustrator. I think it's a really great one, especially because you have 3 top. Yeah, like they're really good in there. All right, so let's do another question, and then we'll draw our last 2. We're kind of over midnight here, my time.
Yeah.
And I am getting tired.
Yep, sounds good.
Place you want to visit.
I had it in my soul since I was like born to go to Ireland. So, and I
That's
recently did my
nice.
ancestry thing, and I found out that I am Welsh, well, primarily English Welsh, and then Irish and Scottish. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. So, yeah, I'd love to go to Ireland. I can't do an Irish accent.
That's mine too, and Gerard Butler's my favorite. I think he's from Scotland, but I like to pretend he's from Ireland. Just because. Like you
Don't tell them
belong
that.
you belong here, sir. This is where you go. And then that was since our question was the same. Where'd it go? Favorite food.
Oh, as you can see, I've enjoyed a lot of what I've.
We're not going to talk about all the weight that we gained. We're not talking about.
We're not going to talk about how.
We're talking about what our favorite food is. So let's just name it.
My favorite food, assuming the calories matter, probably just any Mexican food. I love Mexican food, but I'm also a big Italian food person. I don't know. I actually just like tasting different like cuisines from around the world. I think that's really good. But like if I had to pick a dish, it'd probably be like chicken Alfredo or just regular Alfredo pasta, fettuccine. I mean, or like orange chicken or something like that. I like that. But I've been into smoothies and salads lately, so I like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm a big chicken salad person, but if we're talking about my favorite food, I'm all about pasta. I don't care what kind of pasta.
And pizza, like, everybody loves pizza.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of, like, overrated at this point, though.
Whatever, I love it.
Like, I like pizza, but, like, I love pasta.
Yeah, I'm the other way around because there's so many ways you can do pizza, and I just think, like, good pizza that's, like, really well made is just
like, Pizza Papa's pizza for sure.
Amazing.
Margaret's favorite food is sushi. And she wants to go to England. I can't do sushi. I cannot eat. I don't like seafood at all, if I'm being honest. I can't do the texture of seafood. I don't know what it is about it. Like, it's not even the flavor of it. It's, like, the texture of, like, regular fish. I just can't. I can't do it.
The concept of sushi makes me want to vomit. As Jeffree Star would say,
Drew is saying yellow curry. Not too spicy, though. I've never had curry. I feel like we're totally twinning on all of this stuff. It's so weird.
I thought it was an echo. I was like, am I hearing myself? What's happening? Yeah, I've never had curry. Not that I know of. Not intentionally.
Oh my god, that's so funny. All right, let's pick our last print here.
Let's do
it. Which one should I do?
This is my last one. I'll show you Drain. So it's my last one. 5x7.
Should I do Snow White or the Lotus Pond?
I don't know. That's hard.
I guess Lotus Pond would be more like appealing on a wall, unless it was Halloween.
Yeah.
Miss Lady Arts loves gumbo. I've never had gumbo, but it looks delicious.
What?
I have never had gumbo.
You don't know.
And I've never had a beignet, and I want to go have a beignet in New Orleans.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a donut, like a really good. Have you ever seen The Princess and the Frog?
Nope. I know.
I feel like how you felt when I said I've never read a Stephen King novel.
What's even worse is that I have never seen Brave, I have never seen Mulan, and I have never seen Moana, and people are like all over me about it, and I'm like, I know, I don't get my Disney fan card back until I do. I'm sorry.
Oh, Moana's good, visually stunning. What's your favorite Disney Pixar or Disney movie?
Little Mermaid, always and forever, ties with Beauty and the Beast.
Mine used to be The Little Mermaid, but now I love Brave, and it's the Scottish thing. I'm telling you, it's just my beau. I love it. Bob is telling us where the best pizza is. The Grotto in Trenton on Van Horn Road. I've never been to that, I don't think. I'm gonna have to go. Joe, if you're watching, you're taking me there. Oh, Louisiana is Miss Lady Art's birth state. Yeah, that's awesome. And Margaret is saying gumbo is awesome. Okay, so did you show me your print?
I did.
All right, so I'm going to do the Lotus Pond print for my last. I don't know how I managed to not do this. Put it in front of the lens, Kelly.
I'm doing this one just in case I forgot.
All right, what's our word? Let's do gumbo.
Gumbo?
Our
all right, cool. Our word is gumbo. And
I agree, Margaret.
So the word is gumbo,
Grace.
giving away 2 5x7, and it starts now. Running out of room.
My phone is about to die. It's like,
no.
It's dead.
Kathleen, Miss Lady, Dusty. Yeah. DJ. Miss Lady says, I gave you guys a word.
This is so hard. I don't know why I can't
I know,
do anything. Like, I'm like trying to find the names that I already wrote down so I don't have to write them down and cut them out again.
15 seconds.
Mia.
Alright, and that's a minute, and then give Kelly's family seconds while I write down hers. Bob. I mean, no, this. I would 4 minutes.
I feel like I'm dead. I don't know what's wrong with me right now.
Oh, I know, right?
Alright, DJ.
Alright, I have 9.
Sherry.
Oh, sure.
Bob.
10.
Drew. Bob. Sherry. What is that noise?
Are you being abducted over there? What's happening?
I don't know. It sounds like an alien, though, right?
Right? Did we not? Like,
All right, I'm missing one. Right? Where'd it go? Ooh, I'm echoing now. I think my computer's like, bro, you've been doing this a long time. All right, who do you have? You have Mia, DJ,
Dusty, Miss Lady, Kathleen. Those are what I have.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I had 10.
Okay, which ones did I miss?
I don't know. I have Sherry, Kathleen, Miss Lady, Dusty, Mia, DJ, Margaret, Mishuda, and Bob.
All right, so I am missing Mist Lady.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing another one.
Sherry, Kathleen, Miss Lady, Dusty.
That's who I'm. No, I have you in there. Damn it.
Dusty, Mia, DJ, Margaret. Margaret was on yours, I think.
Margaret. Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have Drew, Margaret, Bob, Sherry, Mia, Kathleen, Dusty, MyShuda, and Miss Lady Arts. Who am I missing? DJ?
That noise is freaking me out.
I know, I don't know what's happening. Maybe let me just...
Yeah, DJ says you were missing DJ.
Yeah, you're missing me. Hello.
All right. Do you want to pull first?
No, because I gotta find DJ.
Oh, yeah, because you're like doing it at the elementary school. Right? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, because I'm being old school.
All right. So let me grab two, and then I think after this we'll probably wrap up soon. So, all right, my first winner is MYSTLADYART. Congratulations, girl. You scored tonight. And go. 6.
Ah, there it is. Hello.
And my second winner, if I can count, is DJ. So MYSTLADYARTS and DJ.
Okay, so we are drawing for the Lotus Pond print. Should probably not look in there. Hello. Alright, my first winner is my EWAN.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look in here for the second one. And DJ 28.
Awesome. Jeez, DJ made up. All right, so I think that's everything. So if you heard your name tonight, or if you're not sure if you've been in and out, we'll leave everything, both of us will leave everything, all the winners in the description below. Make sure that you contact us at the email address at the top of the screen, which is kellicourtneycollab@gmail.com with your mailing info, and we will confirm everything with you that needs to be confirmed. If you would, if you could put, I think most of you won from both of us, but if you won from, whoever you won from, if you could put Kelli, Courtney, or both in the subject line, just so that we're not, reading each other's name. Not, you know what I mean, so that it's easier for us to sort. If you won from both, then, we can figure out a system for that, Kelli, I guess, we flag it or whatever, but that'll just make it easier for us.
I have no idea what you just said.
I'm saying that when they email us to give us their mailing information in the subject line, if they could put Kelli, Courtney, or both as far as whose prizes they won, so that we know which ones to check. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
But we already have their names written down.
I know that.
I think we also need their YouTube names, like the names that we drew
That's
tonight.
a better idea.
I think we should put that on the subject
line. Just put your YouTube name. Yeah, that's a better idea. Okay.
Because that way we can just
look
for that name and then find that address.
Understands me. Gosh, Kelli.
Well, listen, it's 12:20 a.m.
Whatever.
That's why. I had almost a whole Red's Apple Ale. Almost the whole.
Well, that's not my fault.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you. We had so much fun getting to know you, and thanks for being a part of Inktober with us. It was so much fun.
Yes, it was. All right, let's we're gonna sign off here because I don't know how. I'm very awkward with goodbyes, so goodbye.
Yeah, we're just gonna cut you off, basically.
Yeah, we're gonna pull a radio station and just hang up because we're cool. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys so much. Inktober was a blast. Thank you, Courtney, for doing this collab with me.
Thank you, Kelli, for asking me.
Oh, we never talked about that. Are we doing this next year?
Yeah.
Yes? Volume 2? Yes,
yeah,
everybody's in agreement. Volume 2.
Yes.
All right. That sounds great.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye.